la disco te alcanza, no, no, Mami, Obi on the drums, doble son. Tú tienes ego y yo no, pero si un día te como nadie se tiene que enterar. Nadie me va a ver salir, nadie me va a ver entrar. No, yo no entiendo qué somos pa' hacerte mirar en tono y ese fulano de tal. Mándalo pa'l carajo que él no te va a reclamar. Soltera quiero que estés pa' mi mami. Dime si tú estás igual, bebé. Quítame estas ganas de chinita. Se me pone cuando con el pasto le da por fumar. Mami, te noto tensa y yo te voy a aliviar. Tú sabes, mami, dale, pide lo que quieras. Gucci, Prada y cartera. Ella es tranquila, pero encima se acelera. Es que bien no es cualquiera. Yo te estoy mirando y tú encima gritando. La noche no está hablando, diciendo que hasta cuándo. Y yo no sé cómo me enamoré de ella. Es que mi sexo la llevo a las estrellas. Mami, no sé cómo me enchulé, baby, contigo. Será esa adrenalina de hacerlo escondido. Y me salvaste tú. Sabemos ya, mi amor, si sabes. Sabemos lo que hacemos, nos gusta el peligro. Soltera quiero que estés pa' mi mami. Dime si tú estás igual, bebé. Quítame estas ganas de chinita, se me pone.
Welcome to Playcon. We're coming to you live from the MFCC in Taali. Now, yesterday saw those who are the holders of the Mythic passes get early access to the Playcon floor, and today is when we open it up to the general public. Now, before we get started with our first event for today, there's a massive shout out we need to give to all those who help make Playcon possible. So big thanks goes out to Gaming Malta, GMR, the Ministry for Economy, Enterprise and Strategic Projects. Thank you Arcafort, thank you Creative Europe Desk Malta, thank you Creative Europedia, and thank you Edu at Playcon. If you are watching this at home and you're still not sure whether or not you want to be right here at this year's Playcon, what are you waiting for? There is so much to do, there is so much to see at this year's edition of Playcon right here at the MFCC in Taali. There's a creators stage, there's going to be game shows with Angie Laus and Gordon Bonolla happening over there. There is also talks going to be happening over there. This year's Playcon also sees a lot of board games and card games, so it's not just about esports. There is literally something for everyone. Now, our first event for today is going to be the Malta Counter-Strike League Final. And to get you into the mood, I'm going to ask our two friends from Stag Airsoft who are going to join me here on stage just to build the tension up. Now, these guys also are part of this year's Playcon. There's a range that the guys can be shooting at. So you can be pretty much an active part as well for what is Stag Airsoft. Now, let's talk about the Malta Counter-Strike League Final. Over the course of this week, there have been the qualifiers, and now it's down to these two teams who will be battling for their share in that 1.5k prize pool that we have up for grabs. Let's meet the teams, shall we? Calling up first on stage, please make some noise for Pastizzi Peak. Our second team of finalists for the Malta Counter-Strike League is Tallinia Peak. So while the rest of the teams settle down, I'm going to ask for the two captains to come and join me right here at the front of the stage. Thank you guys. Stag Airsoft, you will be seeing me later on your stand. And from Pastizzi Peak we have Wix. How confident are you about today's final?
I mean, a week ago we beat these guys. We're just going to do it again. We're confident, we're prepared, we're good to go.
Is there anything you've learned about them during the qualifiers? You know that you're going to be keeping at the back of your mind today?
Yeah, we've learned things. Obviously, we've done reviews and so on of what they do, but we're just going to go and enjoy it. We're prepared. We're going to focus on our own game, and yeah, we're just going to do what we did to them last week.
You sound confident, but really, how confident are you?
We're confident. As confident as we can be.
Perfect. So that's Wix from Team Pastizzi Peak. On the other side, we have Keith. Keith, these guys are very, very confident they can beat you. They've already done it in the qualifiers. What do you think?
We'll see.
You'll see?
Yes, we're confident as well.
You're confident as well?
Yes.
Anything you've learned during the qualifiers that you're going to put into practice during today's
Not
final?
really. We'll play our own game and we win.
Okay, so you have a strategy and you're just going to make sure you stick to it. Okay, so big well done. I do ask you to take your place with the rest of the teams. We're also going to speak about what the map picks are, because the teams have already taken their picks. So the first map picked by Pastizzi Peak is going to be Mirage. The second map, picked by Tallinia Peak, is going to be Ancient, and then the third map is going to be Vertigo, and that has been picked by Pastizzi Peak. This is the final of the Malta Counter-Strike League. We're coming to you live from Playcon. This is where gamers unite. But now I'm gonna hand it over to Tefrite, who will talk you through all that is happening throughout today's final. Tefrite, are you there? So we're waiting to see if Tefrite can join us. He is the caster that is going to be taking care of...
I'm going to witness them again here. You know, we've got the likes of returning champions, in fact. If we were to cast our memories back to last year's Playcon, where we had C4 versus Redline, which was from the MCL, we actually have two head-to-head opponents. We had actually Wixinio, who is actually playing on Plasticity Peak, which is the left side of the stage, as I mentioned, who was on C4 last year. And also on Talinia Peak, we have Keith, who was on Redline last year. And Redline were actually the winners. So we kind of have a rivalry going on here to see maybe Keith can be, you know, claim his a returning title and be a champion once again in Playcon. Or maybe Wixinio will be able to take him down and get revenge. I guess we'll have to wait and see. They are, of course, playing for... well, it's in total of a 1.5k prize pool currently. 1k split to the winner, and then also 500 is going to the second place team, which, as I said, you know, both teams are great here. Picks and bans are coming through currently. Veto has actually, I think, been finalized, if I believe so. Yes, and so the first map we are going to be going to, this is a best of 3 map, obviously, and first map is going to be Mirage, which is actually Plasticity Peak's pick. Then we'll be heading on into Ancient, which is also Talinia Peak's pick. And if it all goes down to a 1-1, we're going to be settling on Vertigo. So we should have a great game, or a couple matches. I think this might even go the distance. I mean, I have been casting, or I casted the last MCL, I casted the last Playcon, of course. And, you know, all of these, I'm seeing a lot of like returning faces. Obviously, we have, you know, Drew, Wixinio, who I know, I've seen quite a lot. Keith, KD4, Daryl, Steckley, and obviously we have Bungie too, who's been quite a formidable force in the multi scene in general, not just in Counter-Strike. So yeah, we do have some maybe names I'm not familiar with. Maybe you guys might be able to shed some light on that. But I believe ZE, Rainy, and Etov Toroy. Hope I'm pronouncing that right. But yeah, we have a few players I'm not too familiar with, but maybe we have some you know, players in the shadows who might just show up and you know, just come through and surprise us really. Unfortunately, I believe ZRZ was on the roster, but is not going to be playing today. ZRZ is also quite a popular name in the Maltese Counter-Strike scene, especially. So we'll be seeing. I think either way, though, we'll be seeing some top-level Counter-Strike. It seems like we might actually be having some technical difficulties with the vetoing on Faceit, but we'll be there in, you know, momentarily. You know, going into these, I think we have some also quite formidable, you know, all players here. I noticed specifically Drew. Drew always comes to mind. I remember casting the MCL, and Drew has always been quite a force to be reckoned with. And also, I mean, on the other side, we got KD4. KD4 has also been quite a stellar player, you know, coming out clutch when it's necessary, when it's needed. But yeah, all great aimers here. We are still, as I mentioned, waiting for some Faceit issues to be sorted out. But hey, we'll be there in just a second. If you guys don't know me, by the way, I'm your host, Tefrite. As I mentioned earlier, I have been casting the MCL, or I cast the last year's MCL, cast last year's Playcon, so you might recognize me from that too. But it has been a hot minute since I've returned. I myself haven't been too hot on the Counter-Strike scene, playing, that is, you know. But the actual pro scene, semi-pro scene that we're in right now, it's been quite great. It's it's been quite exciting. Unfortunately, yeah, we are going into some technical difficulties with Face It. Unfortunately, we're unable to start, but we will be back shortly, hopefully, and momentarily, on this Saturday morning. Thankfully, not as early as last year's. But yes, we do have tech issues. I am now getting confirmation that we do have tech issues. But we will be sorting that out soon. You know, as always. Hopefully, Faceit can come through quick. In the meantime, though, this is kind of like a one-sided conversation, so I can't really talk to anybody else. I would love to talk to the audience right now. I could actually talk to Twitch chat. If you guys don't know, we are actually live streaming this all on Twitch, and most of the Counter-Strike scene has been live streamed on Twitch. If not all of the Counter-Strike scene, I believe, has been live streamed on Twitch. And yeah, we have quite a good community going on. So if you guys are interested in dipping your toes into the Maltese Counter-Strike scene, highly would recommend, or I would highly recommend it, should I say. You know, we've got people ranging from, you know, new players coming in, just trialing out the game, maybe coming from Valorant, maybe coming from other kind of other FPSs. You know, I myself am mainly an Overwatch player. I will put my hands up. I do play mostly Overwatch. I've played quite a lot of Counter-Strike though, obviously, in my day. I say that as if I'm like 40 years old. I'm not. I'm all right. But yes, we are going to be heading over to a short break until we get these issues sorted out. So I guess we will be back in just a minute, possibly 10-15 minutes. I'll see you guys in just a second. Take care, everybody. Welcome back, everybody. I am your host once again, Terrified. I hope you didn't forget about me just from a few minutes ago. Yeah, we had some technical difficulties. We do actually have some ongoing technical difficulties. Something to do with the Faceit servers. We are in contact with a Faceit admin. If you guys don't know that these games are actually played on the Faceit servers through the Faceit website and all of that jazz. If you guys are familiar with any sort of semi-pro scene, I mean, Overwatch has this too. Counter-Strike has this. Quite a few games have this actually using Faceit. Faceit is a great service, I must say. But yeah, we are having some technical difficulties. We're getting in contact with an admin. Yeah, we're hoping to get this sorted out relatively shortly so we can get into this tournament. So we can get into this best of 3. Yes, somebody in chat did actually ask. This is a best of 3. Meaning that we actually have 3 maps sometime in the veto currently, which we have Mirage, which is going to be the first map, which we're going to be going into in just a second. We also have Ancient, which is the second map. Honestly, these 2 maps have been quite popular, and I mean, the third one is, no surprise, going to also be quite a popular map, which is Vertigo. All 3 maps, which are seeing quite a lot. Yeah, in our last few tournaments, I mean, haven't been too many map changes, to be honest, in CS. So yeah, we have been seeing similar maps. You know, these maps sort of tend to be a bit more balanced. You know, tend to be a bit more interesting, especially Vertigo. You know, with the verticality and all of that. A bit more interesting to play, a bit more fun, I guess. Mirage has been quite at least it is for me. Mirage definitely my favorite map pick. But yes, going into this, we are into a best of 3. With Talinia Peak, which are on the right side, and Pastiti Peak, both peaks, which are on the left side of the stage, for you guys joining in the audience. Yeah, so we are actually going to be fighting for, as I mentioned earlier, but just to reiterate, a 1.5k total prize pool for these teams for this tournament, and obviously this is going to be split 1k going to the winners and 500 going to the second place team. Who that's going to be, we are yet to find out. Pastiti Peak, Mirage, Gauze, I guess we'll wait and see. I mean, like I said, Mirage tends to be quite, if not the most, in my opinion, balanced map in the game. Mirage, both CT and T sides are, you know, you can make pretty much both of them work. You know, they're not like, I remember back when I was absolutely addicted to Counter-Strike. Nuke was in the game. Nuke was quite an unbalanced game, and I remember if you got at least 3 rounds, you got 3 rounds, you were golden. You were golden for the second half, dude. Don't even worry about it. You got 3 rounds, you're golden. But yeah, no, Mirage is quite a balanced map, and I mean, to be honest, all 3 of them are, like I mentioned. Like Ancient is also quite a balanced map. You know, you tend to go for more mid control than anything. There's no like sort of weak points. I mean, lots of plays, lots of lineups, lots of all that jazz too. And I mean, Vertigo, same with the verticality. You just get so many lineups, so many opportunities, so many corners. I mean, Vertigo is also a very interesting map. I myself still haven't wrapped my head around it, if I'm being honest. Vertigo has also always been a weird map, especially because, you know, because of the verticality, using the actual minimap, that stuff gets kind of confusing for me. I say that, but yeah, we will be going into this shortly. As I mentioned, we are having some technical difficulties, but I believe the players are actually loading into the game currently. And yeah, we're waiting to see. I will introduce your teams once again. Pastiti Peak, which are on the left side of the stage. We have Drew, Wix, Inyo, I'm Rainy, Z, and Etovotoroi. Interesting name. Never heard that name, but maybe today he's gonna make a name for himself. Who knows? Maybe he's gonna be winning the Playcon 2024 CS tournament. And of course, on the other side, we do have Talinia Peak, which is comprised of Keith, KD4, Daryl, Bungie, and Steckley. Now, me personally, Talinia Peak, full of names I recognize. And in fact, they do have Keith, who was on Redline last year, which if you guys were here for Playcon of last year, Redline did come out on top, beating none other than C4, which had, in fact, Wix Inyo, who's currently playing on Pastiti Peak. So that should be a very interesting rivalry to keep in mind. You know, can Wix Inyo top Keith this time, or will he fall short once again like he did last year? I guess we'll just wait and see. As I said, both very formidable players. I mean, all the teams pretty much is comprised of formidable players. Very high ranked Faceit players. I mean, we've got Faceit ranked 9s, 10s here. So, you know, if you guys are looking for some good Counter-Strike, this is going to be it, really, especially in the multi scene. Multi scene isn't too big, I must say. I mean, we are a small country after all. But, you know, ever growing, hopefully, right, guys? Keep the games going, and it looks like we might actually be heading into game end just shortly. Technical difficulties are still ongoing currently. But yeah, hope you guys are enjoying Playcon. For those of you guys that are in the audience, me myself, should I say, unfortunately couldn't make Playcon. I actually am not in Malta currently. I'm in the UK. I do live in the UK, which is unfortunate. I was actually hoping to maybe go down to Playcon this year. Seems like there's a lot of stuff going on. Apparently there's the creator stage going on, which I thought would be kind of cool. But yeah, unfortunately I'm not in Malta to experience it. So I'm just here on Twitch basically. I'm online just like everybody else in the live stream right now. But like I said, if you guys didn't know already, we are actually live streaming this on Twitch. That is twitch.tv/Malta Counter-Strike League. Yeah, we have actually streamed quite a lot of Counter-Strike over the last year. Really, we had the MCL going on, which was an interesting little format where we had like lots of players from different skills. We had quite strong players, like quite like formidable forces. People going to represent Malta across overseas, really in that. And also at the same time, we had some players who were like relatively new to the game. Relatively learning from these pros, relatively maybe they're coming from Valorant, like I said. Maybe they're coming from Fortnite. Maybe they're coming from Overwatch. Different kinds of FPS. Maybe you're coming from an MMO and this is your first time touching an FPS. I mean, it was a very interesting experience because also being in those teams, you're able to pick up certain behaviors, certain approaches to games, and situations. All very good learning experience too. So it looks like the teams actually are in currently, and we'll be switching to the game in just a second. Apologies for the delay. Technical difficulties can be very, very, very annoying to deal with, but hey, they happen, especially when you least need them to. It seems like technical difficulties always pop up, but it's fine. We have Postitsi Peak versus Talinia Peak coming up in just a second. Like I said, it is a best of 3 coming up shortly. I will reiterate the maps for you guys once more. It is Mirage, which actually I don't think I actually mentioned. Mirage is Postitsi Peak's map pick actually. So you're expecting possibly Postitsi Peak to perform here. Maybe this is their comfort pick, so maybe this is going to be the moment where they're going to really abuse this and try and come out on top, because obviously if they lose their map pick and then they're forced onto a map maybe they're not as comfortable with, obviously these teams, considering this tournament has been going on for a bit, you'd expect maybe these teams have been playing together, practicing together. Scrimming, for those guys that don't know, scrimming is essentially friendly games, like just 2 teams going up against each other, practicing the strategies, trying to see what works, what doesn't. Trying to see what sort of roles they can take in the team too. Obviously, with a game like Counter-Strike, you have different. Even though everybody has and equipped with the same stuff, really, you can buy anything you want. Every team has like roles assigned to each other. You got entry fragger, and all that stuff. So, different roles, different players, seeing what fits, what doesn't. Everybody's sort of like naturally drawn to certain different play styles, which we'll be seeing here a lot too. Some people tend to be a bit more aggressive, a bit more hot-headed, trying to go for those kills, trying to maybe, go a bit too much, going to overheat. Who knows? We might see some of that, especially on the stage, where a lot of nerves come into fruition. Playing online, that's one thing. Playing in the comfort of your own home, you're chilling, you got your bed back there, you're vibing. You're in your element essentially, but when you go on stage, it's a completely different thing. You're in a completely different setup. Maybe the table's a bit higher, maybe the monitor is a bit further away, maybe it's a different type of monitor. All of these small things do actually make the difference. And not to mention, you got players right next to you, you got your teammates right next to you, which can be good and bad for your mental. But also, you got the crowd in front of you. Having a lovely crowd, especially, people you have no idea, maybe people who are like hoping that you win, having that sort of pressure on you in person definitely can get to you, and definitely the nerves start ticking a lot quicker than they would otherwise. But it seems like we are finally coming to a close with all of these tech issues, and we are going to be heading into the warm-up and actually into Mirage shortly. In just a second, I'm seeing all the players loading in. It's going to be exciting. As I mentioned, Mirage actually is my favorite map in the game. I know a lot of people say, it's overliked, you know, maybe overrated, because it's just played so much. Maybe that's why I like it. I just know all the lineups. It was the first map that I learned lineups for way back when. Oof. I'm not a CS 1.6 or CS Source Frog. I started playing CS:GO, so I started playing in like 20. I show my age here, dude. I think I was 2013, maybe around there, 14. But yeah, there have been, as I mentioned, to do with the tech issues earlier. It was actually player issues, unfortunately. So we had to do some reconfiguration. As I said, we had to speak to a Faceit admin. The Faceit admin were able to help us out. Great customer support, Faceit. Thank you so much for this. That was it was actually quite well done. So thank you very much for that. But we do have that sorted now. All players are loaded in, and it seems like we'll be just underway in just a second. I feel like I'm teasing you guys every second. It's just like we're getting closer and closer, and we're almost there, guys. Don't worry, don't worry. But yeah, as I was mentioning, yeah, Mirage. Can't talk up Mirage enough. I'm tripping over my words now. It's been going for so long. Yeah, Mirage definitely my favorite map. Second to it, can you guess? Can you guess, guys? I actually personally really like Inferno. Now I know Inferno is also a really hated map. Unfortunately, Inferno is not a map we're going to be seeing today. As I mentioned earlier, and I will reiterate for people who are joining the stream now, or maybe who people just sitting down. I can't see the crowd. I don't know if you guys are just sitting down, but if you are joining us, thank you for joining us. Welcome in. Hope you have a lovely day. Hope you enjoy Playcon. I haven't been, unfortunately, as I mentioned, I'm not there, but I've seen some of the stuff that they have going on there, and it looks great. I wish I was there. Unfortunately, I'm not a Molotov. But yes, we will be heading into this, and as I was mentioning, Inferno, great map. I think that's my second favorite map. I haven't played too much. I played when I was at my peak for Counter-Strike. I was playing when Mirage and Inferno were like the top two maps. Everybody hated Nuke, everybody hated Dust, and all that jazz. But don't worry about Dust. Don't worry about Nuke. Don't worry about Inferno, because we are going to be going into Mirage finally, and we're going to be going into our first game of the day. Tallunya Peak versus Pastitsy Peak. Let's get into this game, guys, because I'm looking forward to it. Now we have Tallunya Peak here on the CT side, I believe. Pastitsy Peak are able to get the initial tag. Wixinho is able to take one down, and Daryl sent flying. Same with Bungie, and immediately the executes paid out pretty well. A bomb is down, and he's able to buy one back. He does get taken down, but unfortunately, the counterfrag, the refrag, should I say, is taken back. Keith with a beautiful swing there, unfortunately taking the 1v2. Just know what you want there. And the first round will, in fact, go to Pastitsy Peak here. Now, as we mentioned, this is, in fact, Pastitsy Peak's map pick. Just to reiterate, Pastitsy Peak are the players on the left side of the stage. For those of you guys joining us at Playcon, Tallunya Peak are the ones on the right side of the stage. Let's get to the second round. Force buys do come out, but I think the Mac 10 just going. Okay, no, they are able to retreat Mac 10. There we go. The initial frag does come out. Keith does end up falling. Mac 10 rush through mid, in fact. Beautiful team play coming in with the flash. Second able to get one with that feature 50. Finds two. With the help of Bungie there. They are able to take away a couple guns. Not too much, but hey, at least it's something there for Tallunya Peak. That is sort of the round that you're almost expecting to lose at that point. You know, when you lose that first round, especially if you lose it to the terrorist side. Terrorist side do actually get extra money from planting the bomb on top of that. So, you know, unfortunate, you are able to, if you aren't, you know, losing on the losing that first round on the terrorist side, you are able to sort of claw back if you're able to get the bomb plant down. Maybe even do a force buy to counter their force buy. But either way, now we're into the third round, and you can see M4s across the board for Tallunya Peak. Seems like the AXQ is going to be coming out straight away from Palace with Sinos. Throws the ball trying to clear out CT, but unfortunately doesn't make it. But the rotations are already out. As you can see, Tallunya Peak's all here. The
Check
have one down. Slot is there, and Stegler gets a double there. Wixinho And Daryl through the smoke manages to get two of his own with Bungie's help. And there we go. Clean. Unfortunately, Sloth does go down there. But either way, good retake there. Talinia Peak very, very responsive to the intel that they found over on B and over on mid, really. Realizing it's cleared. The aggressive push going through mid. Now just Dizzy Peak. Forcing sort of a weird buy here. You can see 3 AKs. Nothing more, nothing less. Seems like mid control is what's on their mind, and Stackley is able to take down ZRZ. Straight away, and Keith finding another one too on top of that, and now Pastitsi Peak is down 2, and this is going to be rough. Make that down 3 as Drew does fall shortly afterwards. Now with numbers advantage, Talinia Peak can just sit back, relax, and enjoy. And in fact, just to make matters worse, they only have 1 AK now in hand with Wixinio. And so unfortunately with just a Deagle to his name. Seems like an AK was retrieved. 3 AKs, in fact, were retrieved from Talinia Peak. In that advantage. Seems like Pastitsi Peak have picked the right site to attack if they are going to attempt this. Bungie's there. The spray does connect though from Extinia, does get the trade there for his teammate. And there we go. Talinia Peak are able to tie this all up. 2-2. And now, unfortunately, Pastitsi Peak are put into a bit of an awkward situation here financially. Saving, trying to wait out for the next round, and it seems like it probably will end up going to Talinia Peak here, just purely for financial reasons. Pastitsi Peak aren't going to throw this round out. They're just playing this very methodical either way. Spreading out their team, leaving mid Talinia Peak. Actually, I take that back. Was almost able to get that initial frag on Wixinio, maybe over-peaking. Maybe overtaking his welcome there. Seems like the rest of Pastitsi Peak are taking underpass. And almost catch Steckley there. Slots does end up taking one. Completing the kill on Wixinio through the smoke. And what a nade onto Drew, taking him down so low. And there we go. The teammate comes through, helping out, and down goes Eto 2. And now it's Rainy with the Tech 9 and 1 bullet to the dome. Sends him to the next round. Putting Talinia Peak ahead. 3-2. What a turnaround. But now, this is where the real game starts. Both teams able to full buy. No ops yet. Seems like Talinia Peak are being quite smart with their money, not wasting it. They do have full AKs, as I mentioned. Full buys for both teams. Still on the side of Pastitsi Peak, they're unable to afford one. Ops have been quite strong, especially here on this side. On either side, and unfortunately ZRZ missing the spray there. Sorry, ZRZ connecting the spray, slightly missing the spray. Daryl able to trade out, kills going left and right. They're still able to fall through the smoke. But now the formidable force from Pastitsi Peak coming through. Onto B, bomb is going to go down. He's already here, rotated through kitchen, and he's able to catch Eto off guard. Slot unfortunately caught with a molly in his hand, and Rainy takes him down. It's just up to Keith now against 2. Very doable. Bomb is down. Bomb is ticking. Let's know where they are. He finds 1. Rainy does go down. He knows what the second one is. Drew caught behind Van. The peak comes out, and Drew straight shot to the dome. Takes him down and ties it up. That's what I mean. This is where it gets interesting, because now when the game is all even in terms of guns, it's all up to the strategy. It's all up to the player skill. And as I mentioned earlier, we haven't seen any ops yet, but there we go. Stackley bringing it up. Gonna be holding mid window there. Nothing peeking though, just yet. There are 2 patiently waiting, trying to peek. Leaves the angle though. Mid now clear. Smoke does actually end up just missing. Control though is underway now. Completely barren wasteland is the B site for Pastitsi Peak. Talent Peak have noticed this. They just left Bungie there. The rest of the team have rotated towards mid control, sort of A site. I mean, Daryl, relatively close to the team. Mid control is very important in this match. Coming out from this round, Keith able to connect some shots. Rainy just about escaping with his life. He does fall shortly after, and so it's in a prime position. He does take one. Unfortunately, the ball. Oh no, the wood does cover it. Not able to get two, and trades are coming out, and now it's just a 1v1. Bungie, though, left on 48 HP. Versus Drew. No bomb planted. Drew will take down Bungie. And there we go. 4-3, now it's Pastitsy Peak. And now Talenia Peak, it seems like, are possibly forced into the save. The AWP was not retrieved, though, for Pastitsy Peak, so that's just gone into the nether. In control once again. Now the range is going to be in favor of Pastitsy Peak. Full AKs, minus the 2 Galils. But, you know, Talenia Peak have been able to scrap an okay buy here. I mean, 3 M4s, MP9. Now they're going to be swarming through nests, swarming through mid. Bungie alone here. Oh, with Daryl, actually. Cover fire. Unfortunately, it's not going to do too much. Now Bungie's alone. No shot to connect. Eckley. Lost remaining frames with the MP9. Strong apartments. Does end up taking down 2. The Nate misses. Leaving just Wixinio and Drew to close out this round now. 5-3. And not too heck. Talenia Peak now absolutely forced into this save round. Which possibly means another round for Pacific Peak. As interestingly though, no ult buy again. For Pacific Peak. Maybe they're not fancying it, but here is the mid control coming in. Interesting how safely they're playing this, considering no Talenia Peak is going to save round. Actually getting capped away, and unfortunately Drew will be the one to finish him off. Totally missing. Shots are being traded there. Drew and Daryl both taking hits, and Drew will come out on top of that. Off the prime position once again. Unable to capitalize. Slot's positioning has been absolutely insane. It's just the final nail hasn't been right there. And unfortunately, it seems like we're having some connectivity issues. Bungie has unfortunately disconnected from the server. So we're going into a pause real quick. Just a quick technical break. So far, what are we thinking, guys? Pastitsy Peak have been quite aggressive. Oh, we actually are having PC issues, so I'm just getting word now from Bungie. Hopefully it should be sorted soon. But either way. You'll be able to see me in just a second anyways. So hello guys. Hello once again. Hope you guys are doing great. Yeah, so we will be heading back into the game just shortly. One of the guys, from Talenia Peak, unfortunately did have some technical difficulties over there. You know how PCs are, guys. But yeah, we will be so far the game's actually been quite interesting. You know, it's been quite back and forth, you know, starting out 2-0, then, you know, switching it up, going to 3-2, and now here we are with terrorists ahead essentially. And it's interesting to know terrorists ahead here. You tend to think that you know, CTs have the advantage on most maps, but no, in fact it actually is terrorist side's coming out on top here. Yes, we are okay. Getting confirmation once again. Yeah, the PC has in fact crashed for Bungie. Just a quick restart. Just gonna rejoin the server. We should be there momentarily, so do not worry, guys. So far, yeah, we are having quite an interesting game, quite an amazing game. It has sort of kicked off. You know, Pacific Peak are coming out on top, and you know, rightly so, or not, what should I say, you know, hopefully so, because this is actually Pacific Peak's map pick here. So Pacific Peak are going to be hoping to come out on top of this first game, especially because, you know, it can prove quite dangerous if you end up losing your own map pick. But they're playing this quite well. You know, they're forcing mid control quite a bit. Actually able to you know, double up on mid, take away cat, take away nest, and you know, really take that map control. Really, Talina Peak have been quite good on the rotates. It's just the final execution. I mean, even Slot's playmaking has been absolutely beautiful, but it's just that final execution which just about falling short of. Pacific Peak, should I say, sorry. Taking that mid control. I think he's playing it safe here, and now Snap and Swap will actually find first blood. He's finding second. It's looking good for Talina Peak. Almost arguably. More on Wixinho does end up finding Bungie there in kitchen. That was in a prime position. He's not going to expect it. There we go. He finds Wixinho. Able to get the refrag though. ZRZ does end up coming out on top, getting that refrag. Bomb might go down. Ooh, also finding one of his own, but Steckley manages to find him before the bomb goes down. And it's just up to Drew, making it a 2v1, but now a 1v1. And now Slot hitting up in kitchen. He knows where he is. He's got the bomb in hand now, Drew. Tail cat and mouse. Oh, Drew actually doesn't know where he is. He might be anywhere. Timing might be perfect. And Slot does come out on top, taking him down just as he peaked. Talk about timing. You can't get more. You can't get more timing than that. 4-6 now. Pacific Peak still ahead, but Talina Peak able to use that technical difficulty almost like a tactical pause. Maybe coming out with a new strat. Weird buys though still coming out. Talina Peak did lose quite a lot of their team, so unfortunately, you know, armors are going to be a bit here, a bit there. Guns also, you know, they've had to settle for Farmoses. On the other side, we do have one Galil on Eto, but other than that, you know, not too heck. And it seems like B executes actually what's going to be on the cards here. They are leaving one player. That's Wixinho in the A side. Bungie has jump spotted quite a bit. He might be able to find some. Flash comes through perfectly timed, and Bungie will be able to capitalize off of it. Daryl able to get a refrag too. Rainy finds two somehow through apartments after the flash runs out. He just absolutely cooks two players on the B site. The rotate has come in. Steckley is there, so the bomb has been delayed, but goes down nonetheless. 3-on-2 situation, but Steckley's here all on his own in a 1v2 with no idea. Slowly clearing out, cleared bench. Oh. Thinks he's cleared bench. Actually, there is still one hiding there, but he is able to find Rainy. No idea. Neto doesn't end up finding that because of the prime positioning. And with time ticking away, it seems like Talina Peak are able to get the defuse kit. Taps doesn't come in. But Steckley comes out on top, but the molly might be enough. With Steckley on 1 HP, the molly. Hail Married molly coming through.
Terrorists win.
Does end up taking him down. Instead, he does end up falling. That 1 HP really unfortunate. But hey, it does come out on top, and Pacific Peak make it 7-4 now. Looking at the kills here, 7-4 and 12 kills. Going to Drew, the man himself, capitalizing on these situations. Beautiful plan. Once again, it seems like this seems to be the common strat here for the terrorist side. Wixinho always lurking on that A site. Bungie jump spotting, now going aggressive, and it will pay off there. The lurk, they figured it out. Wixinho has been lurking there every round, and with that MP9 buy, really punishing lack of creativity in the strategy. And ZRZ though is able to get a refrag. Well, on the other side of the map doesn't think finding one. Bungie finding the man who jumped out the window.
Counter-terrorists win.
And Bungie will find the second remaining in the window. Now tied up for top frag, should I say. Drew and Steckley at 12 kills, but scores anything but tied up. It is 7-5. Still a very, very close game, and now Swapping sides. We'll see. This is, as I said, Pastitsy Peak's map pick. So we are possibly going to be seeing them come out on something. Maybe they have some CT strats here to pull out here. Let's see how creative Talina Peak can be. First order of business. Looks like it might just be an A rush. And maybe well caught. As you can see, Pastitsy Peak have triple stacked onto the B side. They've left Eto alone here. They do have ZRZ held up in Nest, but as the nades come out and rotations are going to be coming in, now the explosion, Liz Talina Peak is going to be crashing through the side, and Bungie will find ZRZ's dome through the molly. The stroke side save. Caps coming through. Trades going past. And Bungie absolutely connecting 3 kills for him. And it's just a lonely Wixinio with the dual Berettas entering the site. Possibly with his tail between his legs. Unsure where anyone is. Tries to get any money. Manages to find Bungie. Manages to find Keith too, and is taken down by Slot at the very end. Those dualies can be deadly. But Talina Peak do come out on top, and once again, it is the T side who end up coming out on top. With the extra cash, you can see 2 AKs, Galil, and 2 Max. Well, my voice cracked there. I need to drink some water, guys. And naturally, Pastitsy Peak are full stacking towards the B site. Have they picked correctly? Is the question. The rush coming through, and also I actually get a big trade down here with Bungie's help, and there goes the 4 drop. Unfortunately, the final shots don't connect, and Eto is able to take down both Bungie and Slot. After sacrificing for his teammate, but fine, he's got the kill, and the Kobe coming down from Steckley takes Eto down. Tying it up now, 7-7. And now, unlike the first half, Pastitsy Peak did opt to save that round. Full save. Which means now the full buy is coming out. Full M4s, full armor. Apart from Wixinio and Drew, actually. They have decided to prioritize nades instead. There we go. They can think of it. Mission control once again being prioritized. Yes, he does take bullets to the dome there. But lives to tell the tale. Mid control has been claimed by Talina Peak. It seems like Nest is next on the list. Slot jumps through. Wixinio once again is lurking over at B, but it doesn't matter as Edo does end up finding Slot through that smoke. And Wixinio, I say lurking, actually keep lurking. Isn't being punished for it once again. Steckley takes down Drew, and now all evened up. As I say that, kills being traded. Rainy, lucky to leave that engagement with 12 HP. One might go down. Daryl's teasing it with it. Wixinio and Eto rotated through the dome. Shot from Daryl. The timing from Wixinio might be perfect, and it is. 45 seconds and a 1v2 now. Bungie, if you ever wanted a player here, Top Tiger is who you'd want. Unable to isolate the 1v2 as Rainy, lucky as ever, comes out with 2 HP from that engagement. Absolutely crazy. And now, the table is flipped. Or turn, whichever you prefer. Talina Peak forced into a interesting Tech 9 Eagle buy. That Eagle will pay off. Bungie does get shot in the back of the head though, unfortunately, and Eto does end up finding Daryl. A 2-piece. Not what you need. Strength is definitely in numbers when you're in these sort of AV half-buy rounds. It seems like B is order of business here. They are a bit split though, and Wixinio might be able to capitalize off that. Wixinio ends up finding 1, does find 2, and Slot will get a consolation kill. But like ants, Pastitsy Peak are swarming. Oh. Regression, and it might work out for him. Unfortunately, the shots don't connect, and Eto does come out on Saul. And Pastitsy Peak are able to create that distance once more. 9-7 now. And we're back to a stalemate in terms of gunplay here. AKs and M4s across the board. Snaps them out. Or just, you know, pure aim. CRC just takes down Slot immediately. No time to react. Absolutely deleted. Done. Big nade coming in. Rainy able to take one down, but will pull shortly off to Keith. And Pastitsy Peak with the number advantage. As you want. CT. Play together. Trade off each other. And you're golden now. Bungie. Gonna be the one to lead the attack here. Rue ramp. Exactly. Is able to actually get the first kill on Eto. Is Bungie gonna expect this? On the box here though. ZRZ does get taken down. Drew's in a prime position. There's no way Bungie suspects this unless he sees him out of smoke. And Drew will take him down. Smoke play there. And Keith though. Oof. That's 7 HP and against an M4. That's rough. And Mixinho will come out to finalize that 10th round win for Pastitsy Peak. And Tallinnah Peak, unfortunately, once again forced into this half-buy, mostly save round, actually, should I say. See if they can find anything with these Eagles. Unfortunately, shots aren't connecting there. But ZRZs definitely are. He takes down Stuckley and takes down Slot. And also Bungie to add to that kill list. He's tapping away, and it's just compilation kills at this point. Unfortunately, unable to find Drew there. And just Daryl and a Tech 9. And Pastitsy Peak. Getting a bit impatient here. Swarming mid. Completely taking it. And might get rushed here. Daryl in a prime position. Like, off guard, and there it is. ZRZ does end up falling there. M4 taken, but is he retrieved? Daryl is trying to, and unfortunately, Rainy once again. Yo, Rainy, go cash in a lottery ticket at this point, bro. Go cash in a lottery ticket. Making it out of an engagement once again with barely any health to his name. Is it all luck? Or is it all planned? Rainy, once again, one of the players me, myself, am not too familiar with in the scene. He's showing up here. He's showing up, but seems like, yeah, we are heading into a tactical pause, which actually might be running out in just a second here. For Tallinnah Peak. Trying to see what they can come up with. Trying to see if they can notice any patterns from Pastitsy Peak. At all. Trying to see if they can counter it, really. Pastitsy Peak have been, realistically, just out-aiming Tallinnah Peak at this point. Especially on the mid control, on the mid side. You know, possibly smoking off that nest. Might be a call. Unsure. I'm not a Face It level 10 player. We gotta see what these guys come up with. As the time does actually, they do go into a second tactical timeout there. Just needing a little extra time. But it seems like also we're going into a an actual pause. Or there might be extra technical difficulties. Unsure. But 11-7 either way. Here's the scoreline right now. And Pastitsy Peak very close. He's taking that first point out of that best of 3. Reminder that we will be going into Ancient after this. Win or lose for Pastitsy Peak. But Ancient is Tallinnah Peak's map pick, so that's where we will probably be seeing Tallinnah shine. There we go. Hold it. There you go. The smoke coming in. That's like a smart coaster. Let's be real here. Mid control though is taken by Pacity Peak, and in fact, it was a fake mid smoke. Pacity Peak have been duped there. The question is, can Tallinja Peak capitalize off of it? The rotations did go out. We see True quite aggressively pushing through T side, and he might be able to catch off one off guard. Technically doesn't have to be caught off guard there. But it doesn't matter because the remainder of Tallinja Peak are rushing onto the A side. A control has been taken. No lives lost for Pacity Peak here. The retake is surely coming through, and as you can see, 4 out of 5 of the players are already here, and a long grab coming in from Drew, and he might be caught off guard here. He might be able to catch Daryl. Just about on Rain. He doesn't have taken down one. Drew does take down another. He doesn't have following up, but now, unfortunately, with all the kills traded, Pacity Peak will come out on top, making that 12 to 7 once again, and match point for Pacity Peak. And Tallinja Peak, unfortunately, don't have the facilities for a full buy as much as they would like. AKs across the board. Nades not so much. AWP is coming out for ZRZ though. Hell in mid. Smoke does come through again. And it seems like Keith is trying to make an A push here. The question is, are Pacity Peak going to fall for it? Seems like no movement has been forced out of them. Or possibly some stationary forcing them into staying there. Drew doesn't have taken down Keith there though. Steckley coming in, taking down Randy. Now kills are flying, and the 3-man peak comes through just as you'd expect. And goes in the way of Tallinja Peak. Time ticking away. 3v3, the retake now coming through. Rotations have come out for both Short and Kitchen. Drew with the first to strike. Daryl taken down. Refrag does come through from Steckley to find second. Can he find the third though? Drew, the remaining player, in a 1v2 situation. Cross comes out, trying to close off some angles here. He's trying to stick to the fuse. There's no way he actually gets this.
Counter-terrorists win.
And Drew somehow comes out on top with the ninja defuse right under Tallinja Peak's nose. How has that happened? Drew, what are you doing? What an insane game we have. And now I'll be throwing it down to the host on the floor. Frank, take it away.
So it is currently 1-0 team. Pacity Peak is in the lead. We're coming to you live from Playcon. We're at the MFCC in Malta, and this is the final of the Malta Counter-Strike League. Over the past week, a number of teams were in the qualifiers, and it's down to these two. This is a best of 3, so Tallinja Peak still in with a chance to be winning the title, but they do need to make the most of all the opportunities they will be getting throughout the next 2 games. I remind you there's a prize pool of 1.5k. 1k will be going to the winners. 500 euros will be going to our runners up. The first map, the one which we have just seen, was Mirage, and that was chosen by Team Pacity Peak. The second map, which we will be going to shortly, is Ancient, and that has been chosen by Tallinja Peak. The teams behind me are taking a very, very quick break, so this is my opportunity to tell you, if you're watching this at home and you are in Malta, please make sure you head over at some point over this weekend to Playcon right here at the MFCC in Taali. There is so much to watch, there is so much to do. I mean, I haven't even had the opportunity myself to go all around Playcon and all that is happening in this 2024 edition. But there is a lot happening. This is just one of a number of events that we also have happening on the main stage today, because later on we will be having cosplay and we will be having other competitions and other events. There might be a Fall Guys tournament happening as well later on today, right here at Playcon. So the teams are still on a bit of a break, so that gives me also an opportunity to tell you more about what is happening at Playcon. Don't forget there's a merch shop, especially to all those who are listening to what I'm saying right here at the MFCC. There is a merch shop right at the entrance. What I am wearing is the official Playcon sweater. There's also a commemorative t-shirt that you can get your hands on. It is a 2024 edition, which means that it won't be around forever, but just for this edition of cosplay. There's also an official charity that is being supported by Playcon throughout this edition. It is Missio, and all that is happening on the creator stage and in other areas when it comes to Playcon this year is also going in aid of our official charity. There's Stagger Soft. We've had the opportunity to speak to them earlier, and of course a number of other stands. Like for example, there's World Pro Racing, where you can get on one of the simulators and get to go racing over there. There's the tournaments happening as well on the GMR stand. So pretty much a lot to do, a lot to keep you busy if you are heading over to Playcon right here at the MFCC Ta'ali. We should also have Malta Madness, that's happening tomorrow, and Tekken 8, the National Cup finals, those will also be happening tomorrow alongside the Malta E-Premier League training ground finals, which will be taking place right here tomorrow afternoon. I hope those that are watching and that are following from the audience are having a good time and that they are enjoying themselves. Make sure you're tagging Playcon on your Instagram stories if you are uploading any. Let's show everyone that we're having a great time right here at the MFCC Ta'ali. We're waiting for the last few team members to also make their way to the stage. I do remind you, this is the Malta Counter-Strike League final. Currently, Team Pastizzi are winning 1-0. This is a best out of 3. We have just been watching the first map, which was Mirage, and we will be shortly making our way into Ancient. Looks like we are, no, we're not. We're still missing one player, but this is my opportunity to ask Tefrite to jump right back in and talk us through the second game.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Playcon 2024 CS Tournament. Today, we are joined by two teams once again, Pasiti Peak versus Talenia Peak. And we have just concluded Map 1, which was on Mirage, which did in fact go in favor of Pasiti Peak. So now currently Pasiti Peak are 1 up. If they do end up winning this second game, which we are on Ancient, that'll be it. That'll be donezo. But somehow, if Talenia Peak do come out on top, this is their map pick after all. We're going to a best of 3. We're going to a third map, which will be on Vertigo. And here we go. Kills are being traded around. Should I say traded? Clean swept from Pasiti Peak here. And Talenia Peak with a dome shot. Do end up falling here. Giving the first round to Pasiti Peak, and that's not what you want. That's sort of twisting the wound already into Talenia Peak after losing that first round, that first map. And now that first round on your own map pick, that might be starting to fill you with doubts, especially as we were talking about earlier. Nerves can be quite high, especially when money's on the line, you know. 1.5k prize pool for this tournament. With money like that on the line, it can make a person nervous. Full stack towards Sight, and Bungie does end up taking down one. Eto doesn't have fallen, but CRZ is able to clean up shop, and it somehow actually was all a bait, it was all a ruse. Steckley's actually on the other side. On the other side, completely on B site, planting the bomb. Buxinho might have snuffed this out though. Unfortunately, Steckley does end up missing the shots. Buxinho just clearing out the side before going to commit to the defuse. I mean, hey. Oh, Bungie doesn't end up taking down a show. Wait, this might be over. Nope, yeah, it's over. Rainy does end up taking down Bungie. And it had me fooled. It had me fooled. 4 players that actually stacked towards the A site. And somehow able to get that bomb plant, forcing the rotates. Maybe Talenia Peak have figured something out. Maybe they've realized the haste and the impatience to rotate from Pasiti Peak. That might be a weakness here that Talenia Peak might be able to exploit. But after that sort of play, Pasiti Peak might be on it now. And this is where the mind games come in these kind of scenarios, you know, when you're trying to figure out what the weak points of your enemy team are, what the weak habits are, and how you can exploit them. And now maybe, you know, Pasiti Peak will be expecting this sort of play, and they're like, oh, wait, they can do this? They've done this to us almost successfully? We got to watch out for that. Let's play a bit more passive. Which means that now Talenia Peak might even play a bit more explosive here onto the other side. And try to see, maybe they'll be more susceptible to falling for baits. We'll have to wait and see how this map pans out. Third round, should I say. And mid-control fleet taken by Pasiti Peak here. Great usage of nades. But as I say that, well, it says otherwise. It takes down Wixinho there. One more passive play. Rainy and Eto do end up finding too. Might be in a prime position here. Unfortunately, just about misses the tap. Oh, he's focusing a rock in a hard place, and the hard place will get him. DRZ does end up taking him down. And Bungie, he'll take down Eto though in retaliation. 2-on-2. Up here with an XM, and XM ain't gonna do anything with that range, buddy. Bungie doesn't end up taking him down. And ZRZ, the only remaining player here, and what we can do. Plenty of time to play with though, Talenia Peak have. Bomb going down, and unfortunately ZRZ is able to isolate that 1v1. Takes down Bungie. Now get another one. Now ZRZ with less health. But it won't matter as Keith finds his head. And gets Talenia Peak on the board for the first round. 2-1. Will this be the beginning of the upward trend for Talenia Peak? Or was this just a glimpse of hope about to be shattered? We'll have to find out. It does seem in favor for Talenia Peak right now, as looking at the buys, Vinny, Rainy, and Drew, the only ones able to buy M4 here. Versatile with pistols, but it doesn't matter. ZRZ is able to find the head at Bungie, tapping away, Trying to see if he can find more. Plays it safe. Chilling. Finds one. And that's all he wrote. Now telling you peek. Not sure what the approach should be here. It seems like they've gravitated towards the B bomb site. He's able to find 0-0 retaliation. Stekli, unfortunately, does get pounced on by Wixinho. Now they're right back where they were before. Damage traded. That is all. They do have bomb in hand, though. With 45 seconds left on the clock. Could go either way. Smoke comes in. I'm telling you, peek onto the B side, but they haven't committed to the push just yet. They're trying to force out rotates, possibly. Not too sure what the plan is. Maybe to save. Trio has stacks here, but no, now the commit coming through. The flash is coming through. Molly's coming through, and now the explosion is about to come through. Slot leading the charge here. Might find Wixinho, but Wixinho's in a prime position. Unfortunately, doesn't get cleared. Doesn't win one. Keith does end up taking him down along with Rainey shortly afterwards. Bomb gone down with 10 seconds left. Rotates come through, and now a 2-on-2 retake coming in for Drew and Eto for Pastitsi Peak. Site has been left, and they're completely. And they pause it forward though. Trades coming through, and Keith unable to finish off Eto, leaving him on 4 HP. And with a defuse kit in hand, Pastitsi Peak are able to maintain their lead. 3-1. Oh boy. What a game this is turning out to be. Absolutely phenomenal. We're looking in good shape here. Taps coming through, and seriously, flash, doesn't matter. Finds one, finds two, might find the third, he does. Can he find the fourth? He does. DRZ. Beautiful taps. That's all she wrote. DRZ running away with it right now. 13 kills on the board. Closest one being 4. Play. There we go. Once again, beautiful usage. Grenades. Well, able to find the first frag there. Not done just yet. They're not out for the count. Rainey does end up falling. Wixinho does end up falling. But the raid boss is still alive. Held on the B site. Alone. As Talinia Peak seem to be clumping towards it. This might be a 1v5 execute here, unless DRZ is able to find the first initial kill. Softening the blow, Slaughter doesn't end up falling, and now the execute comes in. He finds the second, he finds the third, he almost finds the fourth, but Stekli shuts him down. And now with hope, Talinia Peak plant the bomb. 2-on-2. Rotations now come in on the CT side. Now they're giving away his position. Eto trying to find something through the smoke. Ooh, just out. There, he's able to find Drew. Eto retaliates. And now 1v1 again. Bomb is ticking away. Stekli just has to play time. He knows where the bomb is planted. It's smoked off. In fact, Eto's gonna have to try and force through the smoke, and he does indeed. He gets the kill. Does he have enough time though? Picks up the defuse kit. Gonna be close. And he gets it. Somehow, Pastitsi Peak come out on top. ZRZ, the absolute raid boss, taking down 3 at the beginning of that execute, is really what sold them that round win. Both buys out of the way coming through here. 5-1 scoreline here in favor of Pastitsy Peak, and once again, not where you want to be as Talenia Peak. Round 2, you're already down a map. Carroll's able to find that first. Slot's able to find the second. New strats coming in and mid control now finally for the first time this round, this game, really gone in the favor of Talenia Peak. Bungie able to out-aim Drew there. And it seems like Pastitsy Peak, with not much cash in the bank, or opting for a save round here. Taking away, and finally, Talenia Peak might be able to claim back another round here. Tension's running high. 5-1 down. I mean, you could argue this is more of a CT-sided map, but
Terrorists win.
I guess we'll wait and see. AWPs are yet to be brought out once again. And actually, this was a clean round for Talenia Peak. Perfect for the economy. Plus bonus. Still in favor for them. Pastitsy Peak now going to have to scrounge and see what they can piece together. MP9s really all they've got. Edge control. Reclaimed by now. And Talenia Peak don't seem to be minding it too much. Default setup coming through. No overpeak, no aggressive plays. Everybody just playing back, using their nades. Just playing it safe, really. There, the peak might come through. Needs each player afraid to make a play, the wrong play in the round. And there we go, Keith and Bungie simultaneously able to find frags. Starting out this round very well as Talenia Peak with 45 seconds left on the clock. A lot of dilly-dallying. Right, A site. Kills are being traded again, and Eto able to find one, but does fall to Keith. ZRZ able to find one with the swing, takes down Bungie. And you're trying to go through the smoke, Keith. Able to take him down, and now it's just up to ZRZ, but when has that ever been a comforting statement? Except for now. ZRZ opting to save. He chooses life. I mean, fair enough. I mean, you see the economy coming out from Pastitsy Peak. It's not looking too good. Really, Eto is the only one with money. So any kind of gun, any kind of financial benefit they can put themselves into, let them do it. And Talenia Peak able to find another round, slowing down the pace of this game. And TRC is able to find Daryl, though. Arguably a very good kill there, rushing him down, trying to see if they can find the gun and take it away from him. And in fact, now you can see that Pastitsy Peak are in a complete save round. Madison P250 in the 5-7. This is Talenia Peak's round to win. Suddenly, what was 5-1 might end up turning out to be 5-4. Talenia Peak aren't out just yet. Wixinho, though, taking a pistol to a AK fight. Able to find one down through, and spray comes in. He finds two. Beckley almost able to find another one. And with that, the bomb does end up going down over on the complete other side of the map. And taking away, Wixinho and Rainey were able to retrieve guns, both AKs in hand from the ground. But it seems like Vexinio and Rainy are opting the safer route. Saving what they've retrieved. And Selenia Peak not even risking the hunt, necessarily. Not too much in the bank for... That'll be all she wrote now. 5-4. And suddenly, as I mentioned, what was... City Peak running away with it. Come full circle almost. In this first half. Maybe it's a slower approach. It's where Anya Peak are finding success. Trying to abuse maybe the over-aggression, overconfidence that Pastitsi Peak have. Possibly. Different strat now coming out though. A side seems to be on the cards. With just Eto here. Solo holding it. Rainy and Slot trading some shots. It's actually Drew, not Eto. Drew's now trying to spray and pray. Drew ends up finding Steckley. Bungie doesn't end up taking him down with the nade. Bomb is going down, and somehow Vexinio, with a push through mid, is able to find one. The bomb gone down. It seems like it's now a 3v4, but you think in favor of Talenia Peak, but now Peak have the advantage, which just got taken away by Bungie. Here's you with this AWP at close range. He's a bit all confused, but he might make it work. Keith doesn't have taken him down with an aggressive push. Eto coming through, finding one, does fall. Vexinio though, finding Keith, and Vexinio goes for the fake tap. He's gonna have to force Daryl to beat. Daryl goes for the trade! And Daryl comes out on top, and once again, never underestimate him. Talenia Peak are able to tie this game up. Phenomenal. 5-5. Necessary. 5-5. On Talenia Peak's map pick. And on the side too. Tying up this off might not be such a bad thing. Or be a great thing, in fact. The slow play comes out once again. Nothing too crazy. Crazy. Vexinio doesn't end up taking down Slot. But that's all. Backs up. Retrieves. Trying to see if he can go for the AK here. Moy's fully cut. He might be able to catch out one more. Himself. And he does indeed. Steckley does end up finding him as he goes for the greedy play. Tries to retrieve the AK. That's all tied up there. Kills are being traded. Drew. Onto Keith. XU now coming through. Bomb now on site. It seems like Eto is forced to retreat with just the deagle in hand here. Even naded off, smoked off, in fact. Hopefully trying to get this bomb on down. Spam might come through, trying to see if he can find anything. Eto to rush through the smoke. Almost the moves from Daryl coming through to dodge those shots. Somehow. Makes it out alive. The bomb does go down there. The spam through the smoke. Rainy actually comes from behind with an MP9. And Keith now on his own. Unfortunately, ZRZ. A force to be reckoned with. We'll end up getting the defuse here. Pastitsi Peak. Able to come back into the lead. The final round of the half here. 6-5. 4 buys. Or 4 spies, really. Coming through. Trying to get whatever they can. Double up setup now. First time, in fact, we're seeing this. Here, Z and Drew. We've seen it quite a few times on this map. Quite popular. alert with all these long sight lines, but here we go, ZRZ and Drew. Let's see if they can find anything, and Eto takes down Slot. Just about misses his ZRZ. Wixinho does end up finding Steckley though. It's only very good for something that Peak Keith says otherwise, but Wixinho stops it in its tracks. Bungie does take down Wixinho though, and now it's almost tied up. Bomb's still in hand though for Daryl. Drew just about top of his head. Gives him a nice little haircut there. Let's see if he can just clutch up anything for that final half. Noni saving. And 7-6 in favor of Pastitsy Peak as they come out of this CT side. Is this all they needed? Can Pastitsy Peak make this work? ZRZ totaling out right now on 21 kills. Closest being 12 on Keith. Absolutely insane storyline here. And in fact, if you guys remember, Wixinho did fall short, lost Playcon. Now might be able to get redemption here with Pastitsy Peak as they come rushing out. ZRZ is able to find that initial frag, but Steckley is able to take him down shortly afterwards. On his own on Stein and Rainy, Wixinho does end up taking down couple Drew and Rainy, firing away and give that first round of the second half. Oh boy. 8-5. Once again, it's the terrorist side which are coming out on top of these first rounds, these pistol rounds. CT rushing through mid, trying to see if they can take anything out, and Claude does end up taking one down. So you're able to get that trade. Bomb does go down too. Quite quickly, ZRZ now in close quarters with his Mac 10. We'll find one. Daryl will find his down shortly afterwards. Hey, takes him down to half. As Wixinho finishes the kill. It seems like yet another round will be going to Pastitsy Peak. About to make it 9-5. Is Keith going to try to go with his fuse? Drew might end up. That sacrifice might end up taking out. Yes, takes out all three from Pastitsy Peak. And suddenly their monetary advantage has been stripped. All even playing fields as Pastitsy Peak called their tactical timeout. Trying to discuss now. This is the first real, should I say, full buy round. For this half. Pastitsy Peak. They devise a plan. Unfortunately, not much to go off. So far. The controls on the cards here. Again, he's just rushing to the mid, trying to see if they can catch anything, and Keith does end up finding some value there. But also on the other side, seriously gets the trade. Doesn't find the second as Keith is able to claim him. Find a second on top of that too. And suddenly, whatever was spoken in that tactical timeout Doesn't seem to work out quite how they planned. Makes you know waiting patiently, trying to wait for and patience. But the patience gets to him instead, and Slot does take him down. And on this first buy round in the second half, Selenia Peak were able to claim a round. Remember, this is a best of 3. Map 2. First map was won by Pastitsi Peak over on Mirage earlier. Seems like a mid-rush is coming through with the Tech 9. Big nade coming through, and the spray and pray from Steckley. A 4K coming through. Make that 5. As Steckley takes them all. And a gun too. Classic save round shenanigans right there. But no matter. That seems like Pastitsi Peak are going to be going into another save round here. Might be 8-9, but never count out the save rounds. We've seen some miraculous plays coming through on these save rounds. The smoke to deter them. Mid control has been confirmed, and Selenia Peak know that they're not the east side. Surely they would have spotted them by now, and that confirmation right there as Bungie and Steckley get those kills. Bungie finds another one. And Keith finds another one. Keith finds 2 through the smoke. He just comes through the smoke criminal. 8-9. One more round to tie it up. And put Selenia Peak on the road to that final map of this best of 3. Can they do it? So this isn't even a question because they're just rushing through onto the B site. ZRZ is able to take down Slots. But now, interesting play coming from Steckley. He's able to find one. Rainy does end up falling down. Almost gets shots to the back. He might end up still get that might cost him his life. He gets out alive. Only for a short while. Bungie does end up getting the trade here. Now the explosion onto the east side is come to fruition. He's going for the aggressive play. Will take down one. Gets traded now, and it's just Bungie. In a 1v2, ZRZ goes down. Titan destroyed. And Edo just gets tapped. And Selenia Peak are able to tie it up 9-9 in this second map. Keeping it up like this, and we might just see a map 3, which will take place on Vertigo. If we do get there. Once again, it worked out so well the first time, and it seems like the same thing might happen once again. But Slot now came prepared, does end up winning out against ZRZ with that MP9. The close range fire rate is just too deadly. Drew will also end up falling. Another hand. Slot getting a bit overzealous, a bit overconfident. Does end up costing him his life there. We're at a stalemate. Bomb still in hand. But Selenia Peak quite spread. Covering all avenues. It seems like a full rotate towards the A site now with 50 seconds left on the clock. For Pastitsi Peak is the move. 4v3. Majority of the firepower seems to be on the other side of the map. This is a perfect rotate call. They're going to be coming through in just a second. And as soon as you see them flying, Talenia Peak going to be calling for the rotates here. Bungie able to find first blood, finds two, and he finds the third, and Bungie doesn't need no rotates. Bungie just takes them down. And just pure aim. (10-9). Bungie keeps them in it. 26 kills from ZRC. That is still absolutely insane in this final. Seems like now B-Rush once again, their bread and butter really for City Peak. Coming through. But Stubb's been taken down. Stubbs takes down two. Doesn't appoint to ZRZ, and kills are just flying all over the place. ZRZ finds another on Daryl. And after all that chaos, we're left on a 2-on-3 retake in favor of Talenia Peak. We can't count them out just yet, as ZRZ is still alive and breathing. The top two fraggers on Pacific Peak, ZRZ and Wixinio, are still alive. And down goes one. ZRZ finds first blood, finds second blood. Fuse tap comes out, and Wixinio will finish up the job, tying it out 10-10. Neck and neck. This is anyone's game. Started out as pretty one-sided and turning into a belter. Will TCP close it out? Different strat coming in now. A side seems to be the target. Leaving Wixinio, though, to lurk over on the B site. Possibly make some noise. I mean, they've gone B quite a lot of times. Maybe this could be getting in their head. Maybe they think, yes, in fact, it has got in their head. 3 players down. Even the mid player almost stacked towards the B side. Wixinio does go down, unfortunately, but that noise allowed SFTP to take sight over on A. Get that bomb down. Unfortunately, they are losing lives. Aren't able to win these fights, and Steckley is also able to come out on top and claim another one. Losing his 2, and somehow the strat was there, but unfortunately falling just short on the execution. Talenia Peak are able to get that defuse there. That's where the mind games come in. That's where the patterns come in. And it almost becomes a game of chess. "30 kills now struck by ZRZ. It seems like mid control is now actually on the cards here for Peak. Rushing through that smoke will find Trey, ZRZ in the molly though. Will that it was teammates molly, in fact that was Rainy. Oh no, takes down ZRZ. They do, however, come out 3-3. Make that 3-2 as Wixinio is able to find that frag. Molly engulfed Daryl, but it's not enough as Daryl finds Wixinio through the smoke. In fact, bomb down. 2-on-2. Even playing field here. Peak doubled up their firepower. Peak quite split here. Crossfire's coming in. The crossfire doesn't pay off. It does not. And Talenia Peak able to get another round. And well, fellas. Well. Match point for Talenia Peak. One more round will send us to a third map over on Vertigo to close out this final. Can they do it? After down and behind one map and quite a lot of rounds, 6 rounds. And ZRZ says no. He's not giving up just yet. Fight has been taken. ZRZ's unable to connect the spray. Technically, he's able to come out on top. And kills are just being traded. 3-on-3 now. Slot's able to find another one. Rainy gets the trade. Bombs down. And Bungie coming from behind. This might be the play they needed. They might not be expecting it, but True with the AWP holds him down. Takes down Keith, and now Bungie in a 1v2. He's done it before. He can do it again. Do they know where he is? The nade comes out. He gives away his position. Nades off. Drew leaving him on such low HP. Rainy coming from behind. Finds his head. And makes it 12-11. Match point again. But Plasticity Peak are alive and breathing and are not settling for a match 3. They want to end it here and now. Awkward buy coming in for them, unfortunately, with so many lives lost. AWP still in the hands of Drew. A Mac 10 and Etos. Arrow takes down Height. DRZ falls. And what does that spell for Plasticity Peak? The spam comes through, but some spots connects, but not enough. Rainy's able to take him down just before the bomb's able to go down. Steckley crosses paths in the smoke. Unable to find it. Eto finds 2. He's gone big. 2-on-2. Bungie left on 6 HP. He's still alive, and the double for Rainy comes in to tie it up. 12-12. And it looks like we're heading into overtime. 1st to 16. Plasticity Peak still alive and breathing in this map. And they are not going to a map 3 just yet. This is really where the nerves are setting in now. Talinia Peak choking that map 3. Ascension. AXQ. EXQ comes through Steckley. Able to find Wixinia to start this round off. Carol able to find Eto in retaliation. ZRZ is able to find that trade there immediately. ZRZ and Drew now, the only players left alive. Drew now with such little health will fall. And Plasticity Peak end up falling. Talinia Peak not shaken, not stirred. They can get this. Mobiles once again across the board. So it seems like D's move. Big K coming through. Does end up missing, but Daryl doesn't Rainy anything. That headshot range, but they here see once again the firepower just raining down hell. They're able to claim it. Wixinia and ZRZ versus Keith and Bungie. Keith able to go for a nice flank. He might catch him off guard. The question is Bungie going to play safe enough? Is Bungie going to give him enough time? Wixinia is able to find one. ZRZ now spots him. He hears him. ZRZ's on low HP though, and Keith does end up coming out on top there. The fuse will come through. And another round strengthens that lead for Talinia Peak, making it 14-12. Final round of the half. Can they do it? Send them into a strong T side to finish this map off. And it seems like the strat's switched up. Big nade on CRZ, leaving with 6 health, but even with 6 health points, he's still taking down Keith. Bungie with an M4 will be done though. Kills being traded. Started with an aggressive push through mid. We'll take him down. But as I say that, Drew does end up finding Bungie. Opens this up. 3 versus 3. Daryl getting moited off, getting flashed off, getting naded off. Everything at the kitchen sink is being thrown at Daryl, including some fresh bullets. Well, we'll take him down.
Bomb has been planted.
Deckley manages to buy one back. Bomb taking away. 2-on-2. Spread comes through and Steckley strikes first. Wixinho now. Lost remaining hope to get peek around in this half. But unfortunately he's unable to do it. Steckley comes out on top. And 15-12 is where we're going to be starting this second half. And Talinia Peak just need one round to close this out. One round to take us to map 3. One round for a hope at winning this tournament. The terrorist side started out shaky. It ended the half quite firmly before this. Let's see what they can make now. Damage done to Wixinho. Nade coming through to the Moy, doing so much damage, and Keith finding 2. Daryl also being tagged up a bit there. Small will fall, but it's now just up to Eto and CRZ versus 4 players from Talinia Peak as the bomb goes down. 1 out of 4 down. Wasting time on the noise. We'll find another. A Bungie will see it done. Eto. Lost remaining player. For a hope. For Pasici. In this smash. And Talinia Peak are able take us to a map 3. Wow. Wow. What a game. First game, absolutely stellar. Second game now on Ancient, even better, taking us into OT. Woo! Starting out quite shaky for Talinia Peak. I think it started out 5-1 was the scoreline against them. And then somehow all tying it up in the second half.
Oh yes, so there we go. Looks like we're gonna have map 3 when it comes to the Counter-Strike League Malta final. It's tied 1-1 between Pastice Peak and Talinia Peak. We're gonna be giving a 5-minute break to both our teams. What looked like might be slightly more straightforward for Pastice Peak after the first game has now translated into a 1-1 tie, and we will be having a third map which will see us then deciding who will be winning that 1K, that 1,000 euros from our 1.5K prize pool. Our third map will be Vertigo, and we will be heading to that in a few minutes once our two teams, once Talinia Peak and Pastice Peak have a little bit of a break. So if you are following and you are listening to these announcements while you're at the MFCC, please head over to the area of the main stage. There's still plenty of seating in the area, so it's looking like it's going to be a very, very interesting, tight final coming our way for the Counter-Strike League. We will also have cosplay happening right after. Once this is done, we will jump straight into the cosplay competition. Also because we are running slightly late, but that is all part of the fun at the end of the day of what is Playcon 2024 happening right here at the MFCC. I do remind you, in this area, especially of the main stage, there are the food vendors on both sides, so it's looking like it's going to be a very, very interesting rest of the afternoon for us over here at Playcon. I haven't mentioned the people who make this possible in a while, so please allow me to also give a massive shout out to Gaming Malta. Thank you, GMR. Thank you to the Ministry for Economy, Enterprise and Strategic Projects. Thank you, Arcaport. Thank you, Creative Europe Desk Malta, Creative Europe Media, and thank you, Edu at Playcon. Without the support of these and so many others, an event such as Playcon would not be possible. So please allow me to thank them. So we are currently in the thick of it. This is the Malta Counter-Strike League final. We're tied at 1-1, two teams, Pastitsi Peak and Tallinia Peak, from amongst all those who were in the qualifiers earlier this week. It's down to these two teams and we're tied at 1-1. We've already had two maps. The first map was Mirage, chosen by Pastitsi Peak. The second map, which we've just witnessed, which went into OT, was Ancient, and that was chosen by Tallinia Peak. And the third map, which we will be heading into for the big final showdown, was also chosen by Pastitsi Peak, and that will be Vertigo. I do remind you, there's a merch shop at the entrance of Playcon, so you can get yourself some souvenirs, some merch, some gear to take back home with you and remind you all about this fantastic weekend. There's also the creator stage, there's game shows, there's talks happening right there. There's the official charity, there's Missio, which you can be supporting by participating in a number of events and a number of activations happening as well on the Playcon floor. And as I've already mentioned, cosplay will be happening very, very soon once the Malta Counter-Strike League final is done. When we look at tomorrow's schedule, there's going to be Malta Madness, there's going to be the Tekken 8 Malta National Cup finals, and then late afternoon we will have the Premier League training ground finals. So once we're done with today, once we're done with Saturday, Sunday is going to be another packed day right here at the MFCC for Playcon 2024. This is where gamers unite. It's not just about esports. There's so much more to Playcon this year. There's a number of board games, there's a number of card games as well. There's different activations, so please do spend some time to go all around the Playcon floor and have a look at all that has been prepared by all those participating in this year's edition. If you are uploading anything to your Instagram and uploading anything to your stories, please make sure you are tagging Playcon as well, so we can also go ahead and share your stories once you do so. So we're currently waiting for the two teams participating in the Malta Counter-Strike League final to make their way back to the stage. Pastitsi Peak, Tallinia Peak currently tied at 1-1. Pastitsi won the first game. Tallinia Peak won the second after overtime, and now we're going to be seeing how the 1.5k prize pool will be split. I remind there's 1,000 euros going to the winners, 500 euros going to the runners-up in what is the Malta Counter-Strike League final happening right here today. This is technically day 2 of Playcon yesterday evening, so all those who had the Mythic passes get early access, and of course Playcon will go on till tomorrow evening. We're seeing the players slowly make their way back. Tallinia Peak are all back. Pastitsi Peak are still missing a few players, so we will expect them to join us back on stage very, very shortly. Once again, I'm going to take an opportunity to thank the sponsors once again, because I haven't done that enough today. So thank you Gaming Malta, thank you GMR, thank you to the Ministry for Economy, Enterprise and Strategic Projects, thank you Arcafort, thank you Creative Europe Desk Malta, thank you Creative Europe Media and Edu at Playcon. Let's have a look. It looks like the teams are coming back. Pastitsi Peak, we're still missing a few players, so if there's still somewhere in the area, please, Pastitsi Peak, make your way to the main stage so we can also go into map 3 of what is the Counter-Strike League final. Once again, I remind you, the third map will be Vertigo, and it has been chosen by Pastitsi Peak, who won the first map, which was Mirage. The second map, Ancient, won by Tallinia Peak. And now it's going to go into this one final showdown to see who is going to win the Smolta Counter-Strike League final. Looks like the players are heading back onto the stage. Looks like we're all set to jump into map 3, and we will shortly find out who will be winning the Smolta Counter-Strike League final, happening right here at Playcon. I'm gonna leave it over to Tef Wright to also talk us through all that we're going to be seeing in map 3. Here we go.
Hello guys, welcome back to welcome back to the Counter-Strike CS2 Playcon 2024 tournament. I'm your host Tef Wright, or your second host Tef Wright, should I say, or Nick, you know, whichever one you're going to go for. We are here witnessing the lovely best of 3 finals, coming in with Pastitsi Peak versus Tallinia Peak, and we're now moving on into map 3. Also a very exciting map 1, very exciting map 2, going into OT on Ancient. Map 1 ended quite silly, I will say, with a ninja defuse. But we are heading into map 3 now, which will be on Vertigo. And it really could be just anyone's game, realistically, here. I mean, if, last game was anything to go by, ZRZ closing in on 40 kills, I believe, towards the end of that game. Unable to close it out for Pastitsi Peak, unfortunately. What a performance. Let's see what he's able to whip up and cook up here on Vertigo. Daryl just tapping away. Daryl, okay. I didn't even have time to react to that. Daryl going absolutely berserk with the Hababanji and Steckley. And that was a light work of the first round. Going to Tallinia Peak. Now mid control seems to be what's Steckley's here with the MP9. He's also with his own MP9, finding 2 apiece, and Eto being the last man standing. Bungie will close out that round for us, making it 2-0. For the first time, I think, this series, TT has won the pistol And the force buy round. Who would have thunk it, guys? Who would have thunk it? Now slow. Eddie. Zerzy might be having some technical issues. Not too sure what's going on here. Oh, no, it's just pure comms. Just pure comms. Unsure. But either way. I haven't picked a site. It seems like Pastitsy Peak are just hanging out and vibing in T-spawn. Something's up. Something's not quite there. Talinia Peak still standard. It does seem like there might be some technical issues. And in fact, yes, I am getting word now. There is, in fact, some PC issues coming through. Once again. Don't we all love PC issues, guys? Practicing your flashes. You know how it is. See, no time's ticking down. And what a time. Crucial moments here. You'll be playing at your best. You don't want to risk anything. Don't want to risk any faults on this final map of this best of 3. I mean, after all, as I mentioned earlier, the prize pool of 1.5k. Not too heck. Not too heck. Drum will be going down. I'm assuming we'll get reset. I'm not too sure what's going on. For those of you that are joining us on Twitch, this is in fact being played on a LAN. This is in fact being played at Playcon currently. With one team, which is in fact Pastitsy Peak, I believe, playing on the left side of the stage. And Talinia Peak playing on the right side of the stage. And yes, it does in fact seem that it was a PC that just crashed. Unfortunately. But hey, here we are. We're in Pause Central. Pause Central. How you doing, guys? It's a lot different now that I know that there's people in the audience here. You're just sitting at home comfortable like I am. But hopefully you're having a great time at Playcon. I'd love to come. Never been to a Playcon. I just get to watch from the sidelines. It's like that SpongeBob meme, you know, when you're in the window and you're just watching SpongeBob and Patrick have fun. You guys know the meme I'm talking about. That's literally how I feel right now. I just feel like I'm sitting at home here, watching everybody else have fun, watching the live streams about Playcon going on, and I'm just sitting here like, wish I was there, man. But maybe next year. Who knows, man? Who knows? Would be great. Especially to witness some Counter-Strike live. I mean, you do have quite a decent, Counter-Strike scene in Malta. There is like ESL going on, or been on, should I say, which has been quite insane to see the Counter-Strike scene, I guess, grow in Malta in that regard, and actually see some sort of life for esports, in Malta. I mean, we do obviously send our players over to represent Malta. But yeah, I mean, other than that, the gaming scene is a bit on the growing side, should I say? But yeah, ever growing. It should be great. Shortly we will be heading into this next game, should I say? Back to the game. Once this PC gets fixed up. Once again, guys, we are in this best of 3 matches, or 3 maps, should I say? We first started out on Mirage. If you guys are just joining us now, especially on the live stream, if you guys are just joining us now, we had the first game on Mirage, which was, quite a back and forth. There was a bit of a dominance coming in from Pastitsy Peak, and in fact, it did end up going to Pastitsy Peak in a 1v2 ninja defuse, which is quite a highlight there, right under their nose. And then the second map was on Ancient, which ended up being, started out as quite a one-sided game, slowly trickled their way, and we ended up going into OT, closing it out, but then surprisingly quite a dominant performance. I'm not sure. I don't think Talinia Peak actually dropped a round in that overtime performance. So hey, there you go. We're able to make like where that it was Talinia Peak's map pick after all. Mirage was Pastitsy Peak's map pick. And here we are on the deciding map, which is Vertigo. And Vertigo, I think, also once again is quite a balanced map. Me personally, I feel like it is quite a balanced map. I personally don't really like the map just because of the verticality. But yeah, it seems to be quite a popular map amongst the peoples. Yeah, we are also, for those of you guys that don't know, and maybe weren't even here last year, I spoke about this a bit earlier, but why not touch on this again? Seeing it one more time. We do have a sort of rivalry going on here. That last year we had a C4 versus Redline. For those of you that don't know, we did have Counter-Strike at Playcon last year, which was actually from the MCL. The MCL was a league that was going on, a Counter-Strike, the Maltese Counter-Strike League, actually, which was going on, which then ended up concluding in Playcon, which was C4 versus Redline. And on Team C4 was Wixinio, which you do see in Plastitzi Peak, and on Team Redline was Keith, who is on currently Talinia Peak. So we do have a kind of rivalry going on there, and Redline did end up coming out on top. That was last year. So Talinia Peak's player essentially did come out on top there. Quite a few of these players are actually involved. Not all of them, I believe. Keith was, KD4, Daryl, I don't think Bungie was, Steckley was, Wixinio was, Drew was. Quite a few players were actually involved in this last year. Unfortunately, they didn't make the finals. Only Wixinio and Keith did. And Keith's team, should I say, it wasn't a one-man job. Keith's team did come out on top. So we do sort of have a little rivalry going on here, and maybe Wixinio will be able to take the crown away from Keith this year. Or Keith will just remain the reigning champion. We're yet to see. Unfortunately, as we have to wait and see until these tech issues do end up getting fixed momentarily, so it shouldn't be too long, hopefully. And we'll be right back into this. I mean, this game has been quite exciting. I'm glad that this wasn't a 2-0 stomp. That could be quite unexciting to watch, quite boring to watch, really. You know, having this kind of close game, close rivalry, maybe it could be anyone's game. You know, that's the kind of game you want to see, especially on the big stage, especially in a final. That's really what the finals are hoped to bring, right? The two best teams in the country currently competing, that is, for the title, which will be great. Great, the Playcon title, as well as, of course, 1.5k prize pool, which gets split between both first and second place. Second place to actually come home or go home with 500. And the 1K does end up going to the first place team. But yeah, hopefully we'll be joining this joining back into this game shortly. Any guesses on who's gonna win? Where would I place my money on? Hard to say. I mean, personally, ZRZ. Obviously, ZRZ is probably the most well-known player in Counter-Strike player, should I say, in that Malta has currently, and rightly so. I mean, as we saw last game, he did end up getting almost 40 kills, so quite a formidable force, realistically, right? So we might need to. If I were to place my money, I mean, it would be, but at the same time, you can see that Talinia Peak are quite a well-rounded team. Both games so far, you have seen kill disparity has been quite evenly spread. Between all the players, really. And Pacific Peak has been a bit up and down, so it's hard to say exactly, you know, which team will come out on top, which is why we actually are in this map 3 to begin with, realistically. But yeah, hopefully, I think we might be going into this game shortly. I am hearing noises. Maybe just the voices in my head, guys. I keep forgetting also that. I'm so used to talking behind a screen. I completely forgot that. There's a live crowd there, guys. Once again, I don't know why I'm talking down. There's a live crowd there, guys. Hope you're having a lovely time. It is Monday midday, should I say? Actually, it's almost 2 p.m. for you guys. Of course, I'm an hour behind. It's almost 2 p.m. for you guys. You guys had a lovely lunch. I'm kind of hungry. I'm not gonna lie. Do have a Red Bull, which, in fact, I spilled all over my keyboard mid-game. But yeah, we should be going into this game shortly. I hope you guys at home also, as I mentioned earlier, we are also live streaming this over at twitch.tv/Malta Counter-Strike League. If you guys do want to be watching this at home, later date, you know, all sort of Counter-Strike stuff that we have going on does end up going does end up getting streamed. In fact, all the qualifiers leading up to this Playcon event were actually streamed on the twitch.tv/Malta Counter-Strike League. So if you guys are interested in watching that online at home, there you go. There you go. Right, it seems like we are going to be heading into the game shortly. Seems like the crash has been fixed. We're just getting everything up to speed, making sure everything's all good to go. Oh, nope. Never mind. Take it back. Take it back. We still have issues, unfortunately. Yeah, guys. Not really sure what else we can do here. Hope you guys are enjoying Playcon. I've said this multiple times, guys. This is like an awkward first day, you know. I'm running out of things to say here, guys. Yeah, talking about map picks, really. All map picks, quite even Stevens. Sort of touched on this earlier. The way you really get ahead in this in Vertigo, I feel like, is just by abusing this verticality. Really, abusing angles that are quite awkward to peek, quite awkward to since for those of you guys that don't know, you always want to have your crosshair at head level, and going up ramps, going up really awkward angles, especially Vertigo has quite a lot of them. You're gonna have to twist your mouse quite a lot, and it's really abusing those angles really benefit you. Obviously, same kind of stuff for every other map. Nade usage, smoke usage, molly usage, which has been quite good actually. You've been seeing a lot of mid control coming in from both teams on Ancient. Very good molly control, very good util usage in general. Getting a lot of value from it, getting a lot of kills from it, in fact. Also one reminding me that on Ancient there was a team kill with a molly. I'm not gonna name any names. But yeah, we did end up seeing a team kill there. Could that have been the break point? Could that have been the make or break moment that lost City Peak the map? No. But yeah, once again, guys, hoping we head into this shortly. I'd love to get some food. You know what I miss? I live in the UK, for those of you guys that don't know. I am Maltese, but I do live in the UK. Pastizzi. Speaking of, we have Pastizzi Peak here. I miss that. I can't wait to come down and have some. I'm not gonna lie. I miss that. I miss Amara too. Love that stuff. Just thinking about it all now is making me really hungry. Or maybe it's because I'm really hungry that I'm thinking about all this stuff. I'm assuming they have that strewn around Playcon. There's some stuff for you guys to grab. Hope you guys are also enjoying. I think there's some cool stuff there at Playcon. In fact, my keyboard's not working because I spilled Red Bull over it. Forgot about that. Yes, it's just you and me, guys. Just you and me in the audience. You and me on Twitch. How you doing, Twitch chat? I don't think you guys can see Twitch chat, unfortunately, at Playcon. But yeah, for those of you guys that don't know, in fact, I do actually live stream on Twitch. So this seems to be this is what I'm more used to. There we go. We got a smiley face. We got a thumbs up in the chat. There we go. That's what we like to see. Like to see some interaction with the chat before we head into this next game. The same game. Hopefully things are getting sorted. Just double check. Maybe they've I think maybe they have. Question mark? Possibly. Oh. Soon. I'm getting the call. Soon ready, guys. Don't you worry. Just you and me. Your friend Steve. Oh boy. Oh boy. Well. I wish I could show you guys like some fun game or something that we could put on screen. Something funny on screen. But unfortunately, yeah, we're a bit unsure about this. Oh, wait. Oh. No, I'm getting baited. I thought we were... Oh. We're at the final stages, guys. Hold your horses. Man, PC issues are the worst. PC issues? Especially PC issues, which you have no idea what is going wrong. The worst. At least most of the things you can do, you can just turn it off and on and you're fine. Just reconnect. Oh, my game crashed. Don't worry, just reopen it, guys. PC crashed. Don't worry, just turn it off and on again. Don't worry. A stuttering? Oh, Lord. That's a whole different ball game. Ping? Oh, no. But, yeah, we should be heading into this game shortly, I think. Oh, wait, I think. Oh. Tactical timeout coming through. This might be the move. This might be the move, guys. We are. Oh, Lord. Praise the heavens. We are back in. 3-0 lead for Talinia Peak here. Oh, Lordy Lou. We are back. Full buys for both sides. First kill. Struck on ZRZ. That's all she wrote, but Rainy finds another. Take it back. Kobe from Bungie coming through onto Rainy. Drew finds the refrag though, but what a shot coming in, and Wixinio manages to find Keith too shortly afterwards. Just sort of random fights going on all over the place. There goes another one. Wixinio does end up falling to slot. Drew. And a funny kill. Dude, the kills are flying all over the place, all over the map currently.
Bomb has been planted.
Slot, the remaining player on the CT side, is going to have to go into a 1-2-2. I'm falling down. Tries to get one. Unfortunately, doesn't complete the full spray. I'm jumping over my words. Hip. City Peak win their first round of this third map. Why is one thing coming through for both teams? Very methodical, very safe. Full flick coming through too. And as I say that, Wixino is able to capitalize on the timing and slot within him getting things down. I mean, the kill is traded. Zero goes down, and Rainy finds Bungie. Suddenly, looking a bit risky, looking a bit frisky. The rotate's not coming through. Nice, possibly that's supposed to be the target. Keith is held up here alone. The rotates are coming through as fast as they can, but Wixinio finds Keith. It's trying to go down. 45 seconds left, and it's down. Here's the angles I was talking about, and Drew uses it well. Steckley goes down. We're taking away. It seems like Daryl is opting to save the M4. Rightly so. I mean, you look at the financial state of Talinia Peak. Unfortunately,
Terrorists win.
not doing too hot. Any gun they can get is a win in their books. Yeah, but City Peak 1 round away from tying it all up again. It seems like we're gonna have a close game here, guys. Once again. Nobody running away with it just yet. Possibly. Who knows? Oh, wait. Let's see. In this final, the best of 3. Seems like the rush now is coming through. He really proves, unfortunately, his position, but it doesn't matter. Drew doesn't want him. Takes him down. Initial frag coming through. That's going to be quite big. Unfortunately, unable to retrieve the gun. Will come through. Rainy trades kills there, Keith, once again. He's 5'7s. Kills are being traded. And Keith again with the double with 5'7. What is going on? How did Keith with an ace with a 5'7 on a save round? I am left speechless. How has that happened? The tactical timeout is necessary to spare their mental. Oh no. Oh no. Just as I was saying, this was going to be a close game. We got some miraculous plays, and realistically, that's why you don't count out the save rounds. They may be guns down. They may not have the firepower. But they got the spirit. They got the heart. And it seems like actually we might be having another technical difficulty, guys. And that might be why that ace went off. Possibly. Who knows? Unsure. It is, in fact, the same PC that is having tech issues, unfortunately. It seems like they might be going ahead with the game anyways. They actually are going ahead with the game anyways. It's all good. We're going back in. Things are sorted. Things are fixed. Possibly? Question mark. ZRZ is still AFK in spawn. So it seems like they are playing anyways, despite the tech issues. Able to get some good damage there onto Eto, and Wixinho is also taking quite a bit of damage. Daryl doesn't fall down early. And the peek comes out from Bungie. He's expecting it. Beautiful play. Skills confirmed. And the trade will come through. Drew spamming with that deagle, though. But the ways it was on here with 40 seconds left. Steckley is able to take down Rainy. Can he find a second? It's Drew quite low. Unable to confirm the kill. 3-on-3 scenario. Can they channel their inner scream and hit those one taps? Well, able to confirm that kill there and get another one. Drew and Eto going down with 10 seconds left. It seems like ZRZ is the only man alive in spawn with tech issues, I believe. Unfortunately, there's a 5-2. Another tactical timeout coming through. 4 Pastitsy Peak. Unfortunately, these kind of situations do end up taking a toll on your mental. Frustration building up. For realistically both sides. But obviously more impactful for City Peak here, being down 5-2 and currently being down in a player. Trying to spare all timeouts for both. Or not to spare both all timeouts, should I say. Both sides trying to buy time for ZRZ to get back into this game. Hopefully any second now. The star player. The man who had almost 40 kills last game. unfortunately. Facing more tech issues. In fact, we're going to go to a longer break. We're not sure exactly how long this might take. We are experiencing quite a bit big tech issues, so we will be right back in a moment, guys. Well, it seems like we might be back. Jersey, still DC'd. I think we're still on the tech pause vibe. I'm not sure if these rounds will be counted. But yeah, we are back. He does end up falling down there to Drew. That's a bit weird now. 3-on-4 situation. I mean, this is very winnable. All things considered. Down exactly, still taking this seriously, taking down 2, and here we go. Flings right back to the side. He's able to find that next kill onto Eto, and finally Wixinho will end up falling. A 7-2 scoreline. A bit of a depressing moment here, unfortunately, for Pastitsy Peak, which started out as quite a close game, turning into a very interesting one, to say the least. He's still AFK in spawn. Many of the players, though, all over the place. Jersey has disconnected, I believe. Or possibly... yeah? Playing it slow. Big nades coming in onto Eto. They're taking it down to 48 HP. Rainy also seeing quite a bit of damage there. Bungie does end up finding one. Drew getting the refrag. Getting that next confirmed kill there.
Bomb has been planted. Bomb has been defused.
All right, fear not, guys. We are in fact going to be restarting this game, and we'll be going into a 15-minute break due to these tech issues. So yeah, we will be right back in just a second, guys. Apologies for all of this, and yeah, hopefully we can get you back to the proper Counter-Strike final that you guys deserve. So yeah, we'll see you guys in a bit. Do not worry. 15-minute break. Come on right up. 07. Welcome back, everybody, to the Playcon Final. Guys, unfortunately, we were having a lot of tech issues in the last edition of this map, of this best of 3, so we have actually reset it. The teams spoke amongst each other, and they are coming back. Restarting the game from 2-0, which is when the tech issues actually began. They actually began on the third round. So they spoke amongst each other. They agreed to restart the game from 2-0. Things are all fixed. All PCs working. Let's get into this Counter-Strike here. We're in best of 3, which means we are in map 3, currently the final map of this tournament. And kills are flying across the board. Bungie once again taking full control of this B site. With double stack Lee. Unfortunately, Wixina is the only man left standing for Pastitsi Peak. Inching his way forward through the smoke. Gonna be an unfriendly face on the other side, and is he gonna... No. He chooses otherwise. Playing it safe. Daryl on the other side. He's gonna peek first, gonna find the other one. And Daryl finds him. Claiming it 3-0. So basically, guys, it's exactly the same as it was before. Going into this 4th round now. Full save coming in from Pastitsi Peak with a couple light armors. Just one full armor, you know. And a weird setup coming in for Talinia Peak. I mean, they've got a bit of this, bit of that. Bit of AK, bit of M4, bit of MP9. It seems like A-Ramp is a target here, and so is MP9 at close range, making it work for him. Anto does go down. Sprayed through the smoke. He's unfortunately unable to find anything, but his teammates will. ZRZ and Wixinho both falling down here. So it's going to make double peek here, or it's going to be able to peek them. With Bungie's help. He takes him down, sending us 4-0 into this next round. For Talinia Peak, a clean sweep so far. But now is where the heat comes on. Now it's where the firepower is about to be laid out on Talinia Peak. The Red Bull's hitting me, and now I'm getting excited because 4-0 and Pastitsi Peak got full AK buys. Let's get it. A tad bit split. Seems like they're mostly gravitating towards the A site, though, is Pastitsi Peak. The boost that worked so brilliantly for Daryl last time is actually going to be with Keat on top of it now. They have left ZRZ to lurk through mid. Alone, it seems. Yeah, the True will actually pick out Keith. Will expect the boost and takes him down. Squad also takes a lot of fire damage there. That insult to injury. Does go down, smoke goes down, and Bungie takes a lot of damage there. Wixinho does fall down on the other side, though, and now the exclusion comes through, and Rainy and Drew are just absolutely shooting, taking down Bungie and Steckley, and Daryl, the remaining man. 15 HP, the dream is lost, and Pastitsi Peak and their reign taking the first round of this game on Vertigo in this best of 3 match decider. Let me slow it down tempo real quick. Full M4 buys coming in for Talinia Peak. Full AK buys coming in for Pastitsi Peak. And now we're going to see what sort of worked for them, what sort of doesn't work for them. It seems like ZRZ was lurking last round, but we're going to see this time. They're not wasting any time now with this round. They went a bit slow last time. They did get mollied off, unfortunately, so that might change their plans a little bit. Flash does miss. Don't want to talk about that. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Move forward and rotate. Are slowly coming through, but nothing's committed yet from Talinia Peak. They're still leaving quite a bit on Peak. Nope. Okay, the rotates are not coming through. There we go, and 4 have gravitated towards the A site. Nothing's gonna matter. Sean, unfortunately, unable to connect his shots, and Rainy's gonna get the better of him. Takes him down, and now sight is in the hands of Pastitsi Peak. Smokes galore. Bomb down, and Rainy finds another. Wixinho finds another. Keith trying to fight back, but it seems like Pastitsi Peak with these AKs are a dominant force. And Daryl says, nah, bro, I'll choose life. And runs all the way back to the B site as the bomb ticks away. Slowly, slowly. It seems like now, with no tech issues, they're just straight shooting. City Peak are finding their stride again. And they're not out for the count. Their mental has not been challenged too much. And they're strong as ever. 4-2. Daryl does end up going down off to the round 2. Gotta hurt a bit. That's gotta hurt. Still, 2 rounds, they're still force buying completely. I mean, a couple of light armors here and there for Talinia Peak, but he's like, we're in good hands right now. And James Trout, once again, just rushing through a ramp, and this time he's gonna be a bit overconfident and does end up paying for it. Seeing their time smoke coming out, and CRZ finds the head of the spot. CRZ finds Bungie 2. Exactly unable to connect, and it's all slipping through their fingers. Talinia Peak are falling short. Bomb down, and it's just Daryl once again, the lone man on B site. Tough times. Will they hunt him down, though? They do have the money. They do have the firepower. They do have the aim, but they don't, however, have the health. So they might just play it safe. Or not, actually. I think this is where the hunt begins. But Daryl's in quite a safe spot right now. Will they check it? He might get out of this alive. Saving that M4, taking it into the next round, that's going to be vital for them. They are quite low on money right now. They're going to need every bit of cash they can get. It does, in fact, pan out for him. I mean, if they broke, don't fix it. No need to fix. Different approach to it, though, seems to be coming through from Talinia Peak. 4 players, almost 3 players, really. Like, different angles being taken, different approach to it. Shots have been fired. Slot does take down Rainy. Bungie finding Uxinio in retaliation, though. Talinia Peak are the ones straight shooting, but ZRZ's alive, but will only find one. As Talinia Peak are able to maintain their lead here. 5-3. And they needed it most. They found it. Up ramp seems to be bread and butter for City Peak, but it seems like the Talinia Peak might have figured out a way to counter it after the last round. But now the Drew has an AWP. Will that come in handy? The question is he going to be able to connect these shots? Any vital shots from range? And Slot's able to strike first. Finds it though. Big flash coming through, and Slot will find a second. Playing around this smoke beautifully, and Slot finds a third. That's going to be huge. Drew still alive with this AWP, but is holding quite a close angle on this peak. Could prove very scary for him. But Drew comes out on top. Rainy finds Keith. And now suddenly, a round which was almost surely for Talinia Peak is now 2-2. Bomb in hand. Bomb going down. And the commitment's coming. Bungie does end up falling, and now suddenly a 4v2 has become a 1v2. Lost remaining player And Daryl does get tagged by the AWP through that wall. And Rainey comes out to finish the job. What a play coming in from Rainey, managing to find 4 there. Really stepping up to the plate there. 5-4. They're not running away with it just yet. Still a 4-spy there coming in from Saline MP. A couple MP9s. But now they're changing up the strat. He's going for B. And there we go. Wixinio strikes first blood on Daryl. Anji's going to be playing on these, so he's going to be coming close. Especially with the MP9. Also going to be wreaking havoc. Unfortunately, unable to find much. And in fact, 3 end up going down. And it's just up the slot. The man, the myth, the legend. Eto going down. Bomb is 2. Taking away. That's all she wrote. But 50 Peak are able to tie it up. 5-5. Closing a couple rounds of this first half. And it's looking like a nail-biting game. It could be anyone's. This is a best of 3, map 3 after all. You would expect it to be close. Telling it to be unfortunately. That's never stopped them before. Here's E though, just like first one with Bungie snapping away. He manages to find 1, manages to find 2. 4 falling to Eto. He's trying to creep around this smoke, trying to see if he can find anything. Chooses to play it safe instead. And now all noise has been cut. Waiting for the next player, next team to make the move, to make the mistake, to peek right into their crosshairs. Seems like B might be the option for Pastitsy Peak. Smokes are getting ready. MP still in hand. Remember, Pastitsy Peak still has the gun advantage, and now that's where they're going to start exploding. Flash coming out. Flash is coming out. 2 strikes first. Eto finds a second. And it's just up the slot now. Beautiful execute coming in. Slot with a deagle. Trying to tap away, but unfortunately, Wixinio will find his head first. And Pastitsy Peak flip this game on its head. 6-5, and they might even close out this half 7-5. Saline Peak are able to buy though. Let's see what good it'll do them. Going back to their bread and butter. A ramp rush. Being mollied up, unfortunately. Might have this one down. Might have this on lock. Second round of nades coming through. Trying to see if they can find value. Tags up slot. Almost freed up the fight, but not quite. CRZ and Wixinio are able to get some kills. Claw unable to connect, and with Eto finding that third, it seems like it might just be it. The retake can be quite tough. 2v5. 1v5. And it's just up to Daryl to try and tie up this half. He's got to go for kills, and he finds ZRZ. Impactful frag, but that's all he'll find. And 5-7 will be the final half score. First half score. Went over my words there. Switching sides now. Pastitsy Peak are going to be the ones on the CT side. Let's see if they can maintain that dominance. This did start out 2-0. Here we are. Like a B rush is going to be coming through. A big nade coming through, tagging up 3 people, especially in a pistol round like this. It's going to be very, very impactful. But unfortunately, the dual Beretta shots go on. Person with full HP now. Almost the entire team is tagged out, but it doesn't matter if you're just hitting headshots. Daryl, Slot managing to find the dome to ZRZ and Drew. And now with just 2 players left, damage doesn't mean anything if you can't get the kills. Bomb is down. Peeking very carefully. Down with the 1 tap onto Emre.
Eto. Last remaining stand. And Salinia Peak. Managed to come out on top, taking that first round and possibly tying this up with the second round. T side winning. Always a juicy time. Minutes exactly with that. Mac 10's only gonna find one, unfortunately. The stack. Quite impactful. Now gets tagged up, but not off the returning fire on Wixinio.
Bomb has been planted.
Only to the face there. Oh, we'll back up. USP. On the aggression, USP almost finding slot there. Leaving it on 1 HP. And Salinia Peak are able to tie it up 7-7. This is looking like another ancient game. Flip-flopping back and forth. East side is on the cards. Nade's going out on both sides, and look at all the damage done to Salinia Peak. Beautiful nade usage. The question is, are they going to be able to follow up on it? Unlike last time, Eto now playing a very dangerous game here in the smoke. Use the back out, plays it safe. Bungie, though, manages to find Rainy on the other side. ZRZ taking down Bungie in retaliation. Deckley's able to find two, and once again, damage to the nades. Might not be followed up. Spot doesn't end up falling. Wait, Eto finds a second. This might not be over just yet. There's still Daryl and Steckley lost alive. Eto's got to do this quickly, though. There's not enough time. The bomb is ticking down. Daryl does find him. He does get a headshot, though, through the wood. Eto now, with no defuse skin, unfortunately, is forced to stick. Forced to fit. Misses the shot. Will fall. And Salinia Peak are back in the lead. Rush. Seems to be the move. I think was this Peak are ready for it. You see they've stacked 4 people onto the knight. And the eagle to the head. Drew does end up finding Steckley. Eto finds another. ZRZ finds another, and these eagles are just running rampant. He picks up the AK to get a second. But Slot's not done. Thoughts finds 2. And he's just running. Making the run. Finds another with a beautiful flick, but so we'll also find one. Tying it all up for Pasitsi Peak, and wow, what a round. Absolutely crazy. Peak now forced into saving. But as we saw from that last round, it don't matter. Those deagles can prove deadly. So these nades from Pasitsi Peak are very well placed. Once again, taking this spot down to 36 HP. Getting so much value out of them. Stopping them in their tracks. Dealing damage, making it up, softening those kills. You're managing to find one through the smoke there, and now 2-man lead for Pasitsi Peak. Eagles been serving Talinia Peak just as well as they were for the Pastitsy Peak. I say that, and then Bungie just proves me wrong. Taps down Echo. Totally off the word. Does enough point to Drew. Drew gets a second, and that'll be all she wrote. 9-8. We are really going back and forth here. Who's in the lead? Pastitsy. Then we go to Talinia. Then we go to Pastitsy. Then we go to Talinia. We're going back and forth, and this is really anybody's game here. Beautiful performances. And we were saying, actually, or I was saying in the break, how it really was. It really felt like it was ZRZ solo performance really carrying them on Ancient. But Peak proving otherwise, and now it seems very, very evenly split for them. Everybody performing very, very well. Coming through once again, chunked down by them, and ZRZ manages to find first spot on Beckley. So much value. Spraying him down. Rainy gets a kill onto Keith. Bomb does go down with a 3-on-2. Flash going high. And he gets something else with it. CRZ does end up peeking. Finds Daryl. Now Slot finds the one. It's just Slot versus ZRZ. And he finds it. Slots comes out on top. Takes down ZRZ. 9-9. Once again, all tied up. I feel like we're gonna go into another overtime here, fellas. What a game. Interesting options here. They've gone for a little bit of a default setup. 2-1-2, and Winston punishes one of them. Punishes the duo, in fact. Here. True does end up taking down Steckley in the mid, though. So, man advantage to Pastitsy. They could do anything here, especially on the CT side. They just need to wait. Just stack up and wait for Talinia Peak to push them. Get the man advantage. Take those 2-1 fights. And be home sailing. Talinia Peak opting for the B push. Going up ramp slowly, and in fact, this was the right call. This is the only one here. True, close by in the mid, but he's going to be able to help double up with him. Peak comes out. There it is. Slot will take it out, but he does get traded by Drew. Perfect timing coming in from Drew, and now it's just up to Daryl with the bomb in hand with 25 seconds left on the clock. Finds one. Two more. Slowly rotating in. Actually, I say slowly. They've arrived. They're here. Daryl's under pressure. He finds Drew. Can he find the third? Oh, Eto does come out on top. And Pastitsy Peak are now in the lead. That man advantage proving crucial there. Being able to trade almost perfectly played. Managing to isolate that 1v1 just about towards the end there. Unfortunate. And Talinia Peak now forced into a save round. Possibly widening that lead. Or increasing that lead, should I say, for Pastitsy Peak. Different strat coming in here now. They're going up mid. First time. Seems like there is Rainy, there is Eto there waiting for them. Eto spots it, Eto backs up, tries to see if he can get a kill, and Drew is actually the one to fall here. And big nade damage once again. Daryl taking down a 16 HP. I mean, the question is, can they capitalize off of it? Great again, does fall. Bungie takes him down, but falls also. Jersey flying, pills flying everywhere. 3-on-3 now. Honestly, even spread of damage too. Down goes one. The MP9 proving deadly. And Neto finishes it off. 11-9 now. And that gap has definitely grown a bit. And Talinia Peak going for the force. This is a very risky play. Actually, I say that. They are on loss bonus on second loss bonus, so realistically, even if they do lose, they probably will be able to buy next round anyways. Buy something at least next round. Go for gold. After dropping that second map, might come back. Close it out anyways. Xenia once again in this close range position with the MP9. He's made it work before. Is he going to catch Bungie off guard or is he going to get checked? Bungie is scared. Bungie is wondering. Uncertain. He checks it and Bungie comes out on top. He expects the play. Beautiful trades coming in there. Neto does get one. Fortunately, forehand. Bomb down. Man advantage to Talinia Peak and Drew and Rainey are opting to save with their 1 round lead. Not too much in the bank. And that is probably the smarter option here. Which means that Talinia Peak are still in the game. Can't count them out just yet. You will get caught. Both will. And that advantage that they just had slipped away. And Pastitsy Peak opt for a tactical timeout in this dire situation. 11-10. What could they be thinking? How could they be using their money wisely here? Is it the right move to buy? Should they wait to make it 11-11 and tie it up to then go for the win? If they do lose this and they buy, they could actually buy that 12th round, but maybe they're not for the save. The loss bonus might stack up enough. But once again, it is a risky play. Trying to play for that overtime instead of playing for the win. What you gotta decide here? Stack is going to be very interesting, and it's deadly too. Coming through, Bungie does actually find one on Drew beforehand. Raj is not coming through. And Bungie finding he else finds another one. Does end up falling to Eto though. AK retrieved in the hands of ZRZ. Bomb down on the other side of the map. The save round, if they might be able to take away one more gun, that might be all they need. But are they going to risk it? They seem quite comfortable saving this. I mean, me personally, if I was Edo, I would risk it. Rainey does have the defuse kit to carry over. Zerzi does have the AK to carry over.
Terrorists win.
Alright.
Seems like nothing will be found. And all tied up once again. Full buy. Both teams. Except ZRZ. Oh, no, yeah, he does end up opting for the armor. Full armor. It's coming through, not finding too much, unfortunately. A lick of damage on Bungie. Tapping away and finds Uxinio. That's the opening strike he needed. He find another one. He might just find it with a spray. He does take down Eto, and now suddenly the B site is clear. The rotates have been forced in early, and Slot's able to take down DRG. This is not looking good for Pastitsi Peak, but Rain is still alive and breathing. Takes down Slot, and now in a 2v4 situation, the bomb is yet to go down. Folks are out, though. They can't risk it, and in fact, they do. They rush the bomb plot there. Cover fire. Now, Molly turn. The spam comes through, and it's just up to Drew against 4 in these late stages of the game. Pressure's high, nerves are rattling, and Drew's running for his life, trying to save this M4. Does find Bungie there, just about. They know where he is now, and unfortunately, he will be hunted. And with enough money to spare, telling him Pico don't mind. $11-12. Match point for Talinia Peak. What a game this would be for them to win, and they're now painting it so. Talinia Peak, 2-man advantage. Rainy down, Eto down. And from the ashes of that first game, they took it into OT on Ancient, and they might just claim the final map here on Vertigo. But they're taking it slow. They're patient with it. And Keith finds another one now, 2v5. It might just be over here. Drew with the XM. The Hail Mary play. Praying and praying. They know there's an XM there. They want to the other side. And it's all but over. Talinia Peak come out and are your Playcon champions. What a game. Now, we'll take it over to Frank.
Oh yes, here we go. The Malta Counter-Strike League, we finally have a winner. And the champions are Talinia Peak. Allow me to organize ourselves. There you go. So as the teams shake hands, I'm going to ask the two captains to join me at the front of the stage before we move on to the presentation of the trophies. This is the first event we've had on the main stage today. Starting very, very soon, we'll be having the cosplay. So can we have Wix, team captain of Pastitsi Peak, and can we have the captains for now, and Keith, the captain for Talinia Peak. We're waiting for Wix to have a very, very short conversation with them, get the initial reactions from both the team captains in what was quite a thrilling Counter-Strike final. Starting off with Team Pastitsi with Wix. You started off really well, winning that first map. Then we had to go into OT on that second map, and when it came to the third map, you lost that too. Did you get a slice of humble pie? What's your reaction?
No, like the boys played so well.
Allow me to turn on the microphone, that's my bad. Okay, so
The guys played so well. They were fantastic. We had a good lead that we shouldn't have thrown away on Verti. And to be honest, I think Verti's on me. I take full responsibility for losing Verti. I don't know, I just couldn't hold B sight, and it cost us the game, I think.
Is there anything you would do differently, given the opportunity?
Yeah, obviously it's easy, you know, in hindsight looking after. I tried to be a bit more aggressive. I paid the price. You live and die by the sword, but there's no discredit to them. They were really good, you know. We had a really good lead. They could have just rolled over and given up, but they didn't. They kept going. And props to our guys. They were all fantastic. And thanks to Playcon as well. Absolutely fantastic event. Thanks to MCL and everyone involved. It was a really good time. Thank you.
On to our winners, the captain of Tallinya Peak, Keith. That was quite a comeback after losing the first map into OT on the second one, and
Yes, so we had a lot of issues, but we pulled through in the end.
is there anything in particular though you said to the team after that loss on the first map? I mean, what changed?
Keep calm, focus on the game, we play our game, and then we win. That's all.
Sounds like a straightforward strategy and seems to have worked. I'm going to ask for Team Pastitsi to join me so we can hand over to you your trophies. In the meantime, Keith, you can wait over here so we can as well. So Team Pastitsi, come and pick up your trophies. So there's a 1.5k prize pool that is being split between these two finalists. Team Pastitsi will get the 500 euros. Tallinya Peak will be getting the 1,000 euros as the winners. So here we go. We're going to be giving you your second place, your runner-up trophies for the Malta Counter-Strike League. There's a photo opportunity over there at the front. Ladies and gentlemen, please make some noise, show some appreciation to your runners-up. Pastitsi Peak. And now it's time to welcome to the front of the stage. Please start making your way forward. The winners of the Malta Counter-Strike League final. We've had qualifiers earlier this week. It came down to these two teams, but we can only have one winner. And they are Tallinya Peak. So you all get your individual trophy. Here we go. There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, please make some noise for your winners. Tallinya Peak. Thank you so much for joining us at Playcon. You can take the stands that you need to hold your trophies up. Thank you very much. Once again, big round of applause to our two finalists. It's been quite a final for the Malta Counter-Strike League. We're going to go to a very, very short break. We will be back with Playcon very, very shortly. In the meantime, big shout out to the people who make all of this possible. Thank you Gaming Malta, thank you GMR, thank you to the Ministry for Economy, Enterprise and Strategic Projects. Thank you Arca Ford, thank you Creative Europe Desk Malta, thank you Creative Europe Media, thank you Edu at Playcon. Very, very short break and we will be back with cosplay.